You guys ready to go? Let's go.
Talizora Vas Nima. Oh, sorry. I mean Vas Normandy.
No offense taken. The change in name was not my choice.
Per Admiral Rand's orders, the shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shepard of Vas Normandy.
Can you tell us anything about what we'll find on the Alarai?
I'm afraid I don't know much. Not many Marines made it back from the initial assault. They talked about massive waves of Geth, though. More than there should have been.
There shouldn't have been any at all.
Right. I mean that they're afraid the Geth are building or repairing more of themselves from materials on the Alarai.
Oof.
Let's head to the Alarai.
Of course. I'll unlock the shuttle now. Good luck with those Geth, Talizora. Kila Selah.
Good luck indeed. It's too bad we're not going to the Quib. All right, fam. Follow my orders. Gonna be very important. We already got a dead Koran. You hate to see that. Not great.
Watch your right.
Yeah, having Tally for this is huge because she's got AI hacking, which is going to help us take the Geth out very nicely. Oh, shit.
Punch through their armor.
Wow, there's a lot of them. Is Tally dead? No, she's not. Okay. Tally, I'm gonna need you to... Oh boy. Okay. All right, really hope that's it. All right, not bad. Not bad. We got through the first room. We're good. Let's see if there's anything good here that we can find that will be helpful. We got our incendiary rounds already good to go. It looks like we're in some sort of kitchen and sleeping quarters. It's kind of neat to be aboard the flotilla. Laptop. There's some credits.
Something's slowing down the systems. We're taking down the firewalls to rebalance load distribution. Railzora ordered us to bypass standard safeties. Following security protocols will take too long.
Uh-oh. That does not sound great. So it seems to me, so like somehow there are safety protocols that maybe were not followed. Not great. Repair drone. Talk to Tally.
This is one of the storage units I sent to Father. Looks like parts from a disabled repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology. Anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
How did you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages at secured drops in civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home, and Father would send a small ship.
Haystrom was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not Vorcha, but we repair what most people would throw away. Hundreds of the ships in our fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
Something tells me that little repair drone probably didn't fit in one of her pockets, but whatever.
Does that salvaged gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shepard, I checked everything I sent here. I passed up great finds because they might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which possibility is worse. That I got sloppy and sent something dangerous, or that Father actually did all this.
Neither one sounds like it's gonna be particularly fun. Perhaps it was something else, though. We don't know that it was him. You know? I guess it's true off-world. Quarian suits have smuggler pouches. It seems they do. Alright, what do we got here? Quarian log.
Who's running the system diagnostic? I didn't authorize... Oh, Keela. How many get their networked?
All of them. Rail Zora.
Shut it down! Shut everything down! They're in the system!
Oof. This doesn't bode well, chat. Something's already not feeling great.
This looks interesting.
Geth shield strength. Use the research computer. Oh, cool. All right, well, that'll be helpful.
Look out!
A lot of Geth here. Man, I don't know that stealing credits from the Quarians feels very good. Like, they're not exactly the most, like, rich species, man. Like, we're just, like, going through their computers just like, yeah, I'll take these credits. Sure. Shelves, thank you for gifting that sub to... God damn it. Thank you for gifting that sub to Gecko Shelves.
We locked down navigation. Weapons are offline. Our mistake won't endanger the fleet. They're burning through the door. I don't have much time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jonah, if you get this, be strong for Daddy. Mommy loves you very much.
Oh, boy. Guys out. AI hacking's huge because it just diverts all of their attention. Oh shit. What up, fam? Oh crap. Where? Oh no. No! Oh, no! I didn't know that one got behind me. I was so ready to charge it. Son of a bitch. That's one. That's one. That one was entirely on me. I can't believe I let that one get behind me. Oh, God. That sucks. Callie, thank you. I've got to be more careful than that.
They should soften them up.
So many. Come on, Garrus.
Enemies ahead!
Damn it.
This should soften them up.
Oh my God.
Unlock this damn thing and go find the others.
Oh.
You know what's
Bianca, what's up? Thank you for the raid, friend. For those of you coming along with Bianca, who is a dear friend and mod of the channel. You don't know who I am. I'm Dr. Mick, licensed couple and family therapist. I got a PhD in human development, and this is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we play cool games, talk about mental health, psychology, therapy, and more in an effort to destigmatize those things, bring information to people who wouldn't otherwise have it in a responsible and ethical way. Bianca, I hope you had a fabulous stream. Thank you so much for bringing your community over here. I hope it was fabulous. We're currently doing a spoiler-free run of Mass Effect. We are aboard the Alarai, which is a ship that is infested with Geth. Which is not great. And our father is hopefully here.
This console might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left. They were performing experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shepard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
Did you know what kind of tests your father was running?
No, Father just told me to send back any Geth technology I could find that wasn't a direct danger to the fleet. I suspected he might be testing weapons, but I thought he was just working on new ways to bypass shields or armor.
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques. I don't understand all of it. But they may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible. What was all this, Father? You promised you'd build me a house on the homeworld. Was this going to bring us back home?
Maybe he thought so. I don't have an opinion on that, Tally. Let's go.
We should keep moving.
Right.
I'm not making a judgment on that. Not yet. I don't even know if this dude's even alive for us to be able to ask questions of, you know? hacking's done, I guess. Let's do it again. Oh boy. Oh boy. Push him back a little bit. That was a little bit ballsy, but come on, Tally, 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 Tally. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Holy crap. I gotta go down. Oh no, 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 Ryan. Woo! Oh man.
Combat drone ready.
I thought maybe going down there would stop how many of them there were. Oh boy. I know, it kind of feels like I'm playing with your channel points, doesn't it?
Combat drone ready.
Let's go. Let's go. That's how you get it done right there, chat. That's how you survive a Geth onslaught. Not bad. Me all this money. And thermal clips. And Corian log.
First entry. Our hacking attempts failed. The Geth have an adaptive consciousness. Hack one process and the others autocorrect.
Ooh.
Still, we're making progress. Rail Zora is convinced we'll have a viable system in less than a year. This weapon will put our people back on the homeworld, and it's all because of Rail Zora.
That is lofty. I mean, I get that the Quarians don't really want to settle on a different planet, but like, man. Dead Quarian. Oh boy.
Father!
Oh boy.
No, 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 no. You always had a plan. Masked life signs or an onboard medical stasis program, maybe. You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me to clean up your...
Hey, come here.
Damn it. Damn it. I'm sorry.
You've got nothing to be sorry about.
Maybe he would have known I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
Tally, if you are listening, then I am dead. The Geth have gone active. I don't have much time. Their main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangerl and Darozen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
State the obvious. Go morbid. Be nice. He did what he could, Tally. I know this is disappointing, but he did what he could.
He knew you'd come for him. He was trying to help you. It's not perfect. It's not what you wanted. But it's the best he could do.
I don't know what's worse. Thinking he never really cared, or thinking that he did, and that this was the only way he could show it. It doesn't matter. One way or the other, I cared. And I'm here And we're ending this.
Okay. All right. You want to talk about a really fabulous way? I mean, not that I'm here to talk about what's the best way to grieve, but I tell you what, Tally making that cognitive shift that quickly with her dead father on the floor to say, you know what? Whatever the unknown reason is that my father died, whatever his convictions were, whatever is now left to me to make meaning out of, at this point, I'm going to focus on what it means for me. I'm here. I know what I'm doing. I know what my intentions were. I've got a job to do. I'm going to get through this, and then I'll figure out and process what this means for how I'm going to make sense out of my father's death and my father's life, even once we're out of here. But man, I tell you what, like, being able to look at that and say, he's dead, and regardless of what his intentions were, I'm going to be disappointed. She's holding a realistic view of her father and his death, and that's not easy to do. But for her to make that shift and say, I'm going to focus on what my convictions were, I know what my values are. I know what I know I was in the right in what I was doing. I give her a lot of credit for it instead of blaming herself. Right? She's holding her father accountable for what he did, even as he's lying dead in front of her. That's some next level stuff, man.
Play yourself, pretty lady. Good morning.
Thank you for the follow, Nosrevia. We got a Geth Prime in here.
Well,
Garrus? Garrus?
combat drone ready. Okay. This should soften him up.
Boom, baby. All right, that wasn't so terrible. All right, before we do this next part, I'm gonna go tuck my wife into bed really quick. Be right back. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Quarian evidence.
This console is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any Geth we missed. It looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened, what Father did.
All right, so before we listen to that, how you doing here? Like, you okay, Tally? Because there's a good chance that the stuff we're going to hear is going to be further disappointing. Now, here's the thing. Whether she or I or anybody wants to acknowledge it or listen to it or not, it happened. The facts are the facts here. So, let's check in with Tally here, all right? Before we listen to what's going on here.
You sound like you don't really want to hear it.
No. We have to. I know. This is terrible, Shepard. I don't want to know that he was part of this.
Do we have enough parts to bring more online? Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more Geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No, we're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the home world. I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue. We'd have an easier time of it if Tali Zora could send back more working material. Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback. Leave Tali out of this. Assemble new Geth with what we have. Bypass security protocols if need be.
Okay, so there's proof. This is a tough one because I don't know. Tali would have to tell us, but I don't know how good it is for her to have heard that. Because he's using a promise he made to her as justification for the decision that he made to bring Geth online without security protocols, which passively ropes Tali in. And so now she has to sit here with this very complex narrative of, my father did this because he wanted to make good on a promise that he made for me. And so now do I respect his decision because it was in the vein of the promise he made, or should he have been more careful without maybe being able to fulfill a promise? He put himself in that jam by making that promise to her. This isn't really on her. But for her to have to bear witness to that and him not be alive for her to process it with him is brutal stuff. Because yeah, is she exonerated now? For sure. At the same time, like, she now has to live with this idea that, you know, her father made these bad choices. And it was in part because of her, and she's the one that has to live and make sense out of that in the way that she will. And that's not a fun process to have to go through when you're going through grief. And Kai, I appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, it's true, right? You can't own the choices your parents make. It's absolutely true. Your parents are other humans in the same way that all of us are separate humans, right? He has to be held accountable for his behavior. He will in the court. She will be exonerated by this, no doubt. But man, she's gonna have to live with some disappointment here in her father and the decisions he made and involved her in. So, you know, the question then comes to, what do I want to say to her here? You know, do I want to highlight the fact that he wanted to keep his promise? I don't know. That feels like I'm kind of sugarcoating it. That sounded bad isn't a particularly great choice. So I think we're going to go with like, hey, that's what we needed. It's a little bit of a neutral response, but it's dicey to go into the idea that he wanted to build her a house on the home world. I don't feel comfortable going in that direction because I don't know what meaning Tali's making out of that, and that's what's more important here.
Sounds like this is the evidence we were looking for.
Everything here is his fault. I tried to pretend it didn't point to him, but when this comes up in the trial, we can't tell them. Not the admirals, not anyone.
You're really willing to take that bullet? Ooh. Yeah, so Tali is going to need, I think, a little bit of a reality check here. She's trying to protect her father, understandably so, but she's doing it at the expense of herself. And the reality is, her father made these decisions, and if she's going to take this bullet for him, not only does he die in vain, she essentially dies in vain. Like, she's going to get tossed off the flotilla. So this is one of those instances where I would be more likely to look at her and say, look, I know that you are processing a shitload of information that you never thought you'd have to process. Your experience of your father in his death significantly violates whatever expectations you had. Your image of him has been completely shattered by this. We are not going to use this as an opportunity to rebuild his image falsely at your expense. That is a very reckless decision to make. And people will sometimes make these reckless decisions when they're grieving because they're so entrenched in the meaning they're making out of what's going on and the raw emotion of it that sometimes you need. This is why you need friends. This is why support systems in the context of grief is so important, because your friends can help you make good decisions. We can respect that she's grieving. I totally understand, but she's having to grieve in a very complex way, and we want to help her make better decisions. Your dad is dead, and he needs to be held accountable for what he did. We're not going to sacrifice you in this. I need you for this mission, and I really think that she probably would go on to regret this. So I'm going to be a good friend here and give her some tough love.
Rael Zora doesn't need you to worry about him anymore. You heard him say he didn't want you to be caught in the politics.
You don't understand, Shepard. They would strike his name from the manifest of every ship he ever served on. He would be worse than an exile. He'd be a traitor to our people, held up for children as a monster in a cautionary tale. I can't let all the good he did be destroyed for this, Shepard.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. This is what I mean when I say the facts are true no matter how you want them to be. The fact of the matter is, Rael Zora made these decisions, and there are consequences to those decisions. If we don't turn this in, if we don't bring this to light, what we actually reinforce is that you can get away with this shit. You can keep your name in the record books. This is devastating for her. I understand that this is devastating for her, and honestly, I would not expect her to be the one that makes the decision on this. She's way too heavily biased. Way too heavily biased. This is one where we're going to have to make the tough decision here, because otherwise she's going down with this, and she doesn't need to go down with this. This is her overly attaching herself to this in a way that's going to be destructive to her. And a cautionary tale is not necessarily a bad thing. We'll see what happens at the trial. We don't know that they're going to do that. This is also Tally's anxiety spiraling. She doesn't know what this is going to mean. There's so much uncertainty in this. Her entire story has been deconstructed in a really nasty way. So she's in the unknown. So she's in what if territory here. We're going to help her through this.
We're not going to decide anything here. Let's see what the Admiral say once we get back.
Holy hell, man.
You're my captain in this hearing, Shepard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on. If we wait too long, they'll decide we're already dead, and none of this will matter.
Oh, Tally. I really want to take more time to talk with you about this. Can we use this car ride and talk about this, please? I'm gonna have to put a real hot spin on this. This is an impossible situation for her.
We need to face facts. There has been no word. There is no reason to think Tali Zora survived.
Sounds like the hearing is already underway.
Okay.
It's only been a few hours.
Shepard was right. Springing the information about Rael on Tali, we practically dared her to take back the Alarai. We killed her.
A pity Shepard past Normandy is a better speaker than a soldier. I recommend posthumously exiling Tali Zora.
What?
It was agreed that Tali Zora would not be convicted if she were killed in action.
It was suggested, Admiral. I recall no agreement. To that end, I called for an immediate vote.
No. We're alive.
Very well. Is the Admiralty Board prepared to render judgment?
Sorry we're late.
You could have waited, you dicks.
You didn't waste much time declaring us dead. Go get your ship.
We apologize, Shepard. Your success in taking back the Alarai is very unexpected.
But also very welcome.
Did you find anything on the Alarai that could clarify what happened there?
Shepard, please.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
Let's give it a shot here.
Tally helped me defeat Saren and the Geth at the Citadel. That should be all the evidence you need.
I fail to see what relevance.
You're not really interested in Tally, are you? This trial isn't about her. It's about the Geth.
This hearing has nothing to do with the Geth.
You want people to sympathize with them. And Garrow wants to go to war. None of you care about Tally. She knows more about the Geth than any other Quarian alive. You should be listening to her, not putting her on trial. Tali Zora saved the Citadel. She saved the Alarai. She showed the galaxy the value of the Quarian people. I can't think of stronger evidence than that.
Are the admirals prepared to render the judgment? Tali Zora, in light of your history of service, we do not find sufficient evidence to convict. You are cleared of all charges. Commander Shepard, please accept these gifts in appreciation for you taking the time to represent one of our people.
Oh, do I care enough to say one of these two things?
If you appreciate me, then listen. The Reapers are coming. I'm going to need your help to stop them. Please, don't throw away your lives against the Geth.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. I hope this board carefully considers your advice.
Well, it was worth a shot.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, Tali Zora vas Normandy. Kila Salai.
I can't believe you pulled that off. What you said. I've never had anyone speak like that on my behalf. Thank you for being there for my father and me. Even when... Thank you.
I wasn't gonna let Tali Zora vas Normandy get exiled on my watch.
Thank you, Captain.
Now what's this?
Okay, plus 32 Paragon. Jesus Christ. Let's see what other people have to say here before we leave.
The admirals thought they were humbling you by forcing you to represent her, Shepard. I'm glad they were wrong. You didn't mention survivors. Did you find real Tali? I am sure he would have left you a message if he'd had time.
Oh, God. Oh, God. This is not my place to say this. Are you kidding me? I do Tali a massive solid. I'm just like, nah, I didn't give a shit about her. That is not my place.
We found Rail's body. He left a message for Tali.
I can only imagine how horrible this is for you, child. But at least you got to hear your father tell you he loved you.
Yes. Thank you, Admiral.
Good luck on your mission. No matter how dark it gets, the fleet is always with you. Kila Salai.
Kila Salai.
You called us on the carpet out there, Shepard, and you were right. Thank you. Tali shouldn't have been involved in that argument. Tell me, though, honestly, what did you find over there? You spoke well, but I know a feint when I see it.
I don't even want to throw this over to Tali because throwing this over to Tali tells him that he's right. I'm gonna keep it real cryptic.
Nothing the fleet ever needs to find out about.
Admiral, you know I'd turn over anything of value to the fleet. What we found there wasn't.
I'll take your word for it, Tali. Not that I have much choice. Fight well and fly safe, kid. Your father would be proud of you.
Yeah, that's, I don't really understand why that's the renegade option, but whatever. What up, Quib
Very
Quib?
impressive, Shepard. Thank you for your help on the Alarai. And thank you for helping Rail Zora's daughter. You stood for her when we failed. We were wrong to let our own concerns about the war overshadow Tali's trial.
Yeah, you think?
The galaxy needs more people saying what you're saying, Admiral. Good luck.
Thank you, Commander.
Not really, Mel. I'm able to, like... It would be so general that it would be boring to listen to. But I just don't do that out of respect for my clients. There's a little bit of wiggle room to talk about stuff with de-identified data, but you literally can't say anything that would even remotely trace people back. So I tend to go on this side of caution with that, and I just basically don't ever talk about it.
Tali and Shepard are good at killing some.
Hello again, Commander. Good luck, Tali.
Nice talking, Shepard. Funny how it takes a commander to remind the admirals about military honor. Glad they're off your back, ma'am. And that you didn't have to give them that evidence you found on the LRI.
I didn't say anything about finding evidence, Carl.
Noticed that, ma'am.
How did you know that?
Any idea what your next assignment's gonna be?
I'm gonna be escorting more techs around to look for signs of dark energy buildup. Maybe see if they can figure out what's causing it. Wherever they send me, it'll have to be less exciting than Haystrom.
Stay safe out there, Rieger.
You too, Shepard. Ma'am.
Carl, just call me Tali.
I'll work on that, ma'am.
Very impressive speech, Commander Shepard. But tell me truly, did you recover any of Rail Zora's research on the Alarai?
Nothing that will help you, Admiral.
Pity. Oh well. Whatever is created can be recreated. In any event, I am pleased that our talk regarding the war conundrum allowed you to help Tali. Her exile would have been unfortunate.
You should abandon your plans, Admiral. They're only gonna make the situation worse.
We shall see, Commander. Many things are impossible until they are done.
Not a fan of her. He knew it because he's smart. They never said they didn't find anything. It's true.
Lots more get out there than you killing.
It's true. All right, let's get out of here.
I was wrong. Tali Zora was innocent after all.
There we go. Jesus, I've been waiting on that.
All this talk of war.
Congratulations, Tali Zora. I was skeptical about your choice in captains, but I see now that I was wrong.
Thank you, Captain. I'm just glad that this is over.
You'll always have a place on the Raya, whenever you decide to come home. Good luck out there.
All right. Tali Zora has been cleared of all charges. And her trust in Shepard ensures her loyalty on the mission. Political ramifications of Quarian war efforts against Geth are troubling. Likely to need Quarian forces against Reapers. Cannot risk additional instability. Is there an actual reason for the change in her mask color? What do you mean purple? No new messages. Let's go chat with her, and then we will go... Who's the dude in the chair? That's the elusive man. Oh, it's just, I just changed her outfit. That's all.
Keela, I'm sorry I dragged you into Quarian politics. All that infighting, seeing what my father did. You were the only one there for me, Shepard. The only cover I had against that storm. Thank you.
I imagine they're trying to fill your father's spot on the Admiralty Board. What will that do to the balance of power?
I have no idea, Being exiled might have made it easier. A few people are suggesting me as a candidate. Replacing an admiral takes time, though. You may not have noticed, but Quarians like to debate.
Are Quarian politics always like that? Damn you.
No. Sometimes it can actually get unpleasant. We're a very social people, Shepard. We have to be, to make up for being stuck in these suits. And part of that means getting involved in each other's business.
The whole trial was insulting. You should have had time to mourn your father.
I don't think life is about what you deserve, but my father would be honored that I chose to mourn him by blowing up a lot of gas. I should get back to work, but thanks for checking on me.
Quintus, thanks for gifting that sub to Purple.
I've got green across the board. The forward tanks are buoyant and elevated.
Are you talking about the Normandy or Miranda?
I'm talking about the one that's covered and protected, not bouncing in the breeze.
I don't know. Operative Lawson's uniform is very official. It always makes me stand at attention.
You're such a dog.
That doesn't exactly hold up well. Donnelly, man, we're gonna need to not talk like that. Yikes.
Unlock this.
Yeah, HR would like a word. Kelly would like a word.
No.
What's up, speaking of words, what's up, Dord?
Even me.
Thank you for the raid, bud. I appreciate you.
I'm glad that mess is over for Tali, Commander. Some of those Quarians. I guess living your whole life aboard a ship can really mess with your priorities. Not that I would know. I'll just burn myself. Great.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Oh, what's up, Pionk? How are you, friend? The word, how was your stream, buddy? Do we get a payout? Oh, yeah, you absolutely do. Absolutely. Okay, so now the question is, where to? Finished up Mass Effect 1 tonight. Actually came up with 2 questions I was hoping for your input on while finishing it up. Hit me. All right. I'm going to do a poll. Vote, chat. Where you want to go? I'm going to explore a little bit of the galaxy here while you vote. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, you know what? We're gonna just we'll have one of these nights we're just gonna do space exploration, and that'll be it. We'll just go around to the different systems and read and do all that. Tonight will not be that night. Question 1, do you think there are keepers on the mass relays themselves keeping them operating? I have no idea. That's a very interesting question. My inclination would maybe be to say yes, but nobody's ever mentioned that. Question 2, it's said by Vigil that the Reapers harvested worlds of all natural resources. Where do you think the new resources come from in the new cycle to begin? Just natural, or do you think they're seeded? It would be interesting if they were seeded, but I don't know how the Reapers would be capable of that. I mean, we've really only ever been in the Milky Way. As far as we know, maybe they just go to different galaxies and they wipe out organic life in different galaxies, and that means that they're only wiping it out where the organic life is, and so then it kind of naturally comes from other spaces. I don't know. We also don't know how many Reapers there are. That second question is fascinating. Tachanka, huh? All right. Good night, Cladner. So my stepson's getting into video games and has an obsession with a game called Little Nightmares. On the cover, it looks like a kid's game. I just watched PewDiePie do a playthrough on it, and it's like 100% not for a 6-year-old. I don't think his mom's aware of what the game content is. I want to say something, but I don't want him to be upset with me. At the same time, if his mom found out what's on the game, she would be upset, so I should say something. Should I say something to his mama? That's not my call to make, Chief. But worrying about upsetting your child for a decision that you need to make as a parent is not a good reason to not make a decision as a parent. There are way too many parents that don't do things that they should do because they're afraid that they're going to make their kid uncomfortable. If you're not, like, you get to decide. If you need to say something, but if it's up to you. I can't make that call for you. Is Soul around in this? Soul is around in this, yes. All right, Ruam, the smaller of RLX hydrogen helium gas giants, maintains a small helium-3 recovery infrastructure. Although the depth of Ruam's gravity well makes it inefficient to export, visitors to the RLX system often top off their fuel tanks at Ruam's stations. The Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission, CDEM, maintains a token garrison to monitor any potential sale of fuel to known subversives and terrorists. Got no resources, so we're not going to worry about that. But it's stated that Citadel is the source of where they leave and enter. Does that tie them to the galaxy? It's hard to know, Purple. Sovereign would tell us that it's beyond our comprehension. Vol. Vol is a hydrogen helium gas giant named for an ancient Krogan deity that stood watch for enemies of his pantheon. The gas giant's moons are named after some of Vol's myriad eyes and ears. The only reason to visit the Vol system is for scientific curiosity, which the Krogan lack. I love that. You probably should have asked for Fidan, Deward. Yeah, I wasn't thinking. I haven't been indoctrinated well enough yet. Kruben. Kruben is a tidally locked Venusian hothouse. Its surface perpetually obscured by clouds of sulfur and carbon dioxides. The first group of Krogan brought into orbit by the Solarian uplift teams requested a trip to Kruben. The Solarians at first thought the Krogan were confused about the nature of Kruben's environment. The planet is named for a Krogan mythological paradise in which honorable warriors feast on the internal organs of their enemies. In fact, Krogan astronomers had correctly deduced the nature of Kruben in its years before the global Holocaust. In the 2 millennia since, Kruben had come to be thought of as an ideal test of one's toughness. Every year, a few Krogan attempt to land on Kruben and exit their ships naked in an attempt to prove their Kroganhood. The planet's surface is littered with the crushed, corroded remains of their ships. Only one, Shath Norda, is known to have returned from the surface alive, albeit with most of his bones crushed and all 4 of his lungs damaged by sulfuric gas. Norda recovered from his trial to the adulation of his people. Until he died in 1943, he could lie with any fertile female he wished.
Probe away. Probe launched.
What's up, Sam? How's the back? The back's doing okay. I have it. Oops. My Stream Deck just launched that probe. I have a doctor's appointment scheduled for Wednesday morning. I probably will have an MRI later in the week, which would be great, but I'm not looking forward to the cost of that. And we'll see what happens with physical therapy and chiropractors from there on. But the back's feeling good enough that I only had to use my cane to walk from my bed to my office in the morning. And I was able to get out of bed this morning in a way that I was not able to yesterday. So definite progress in that front. Appreciate you asking. Damn, this planet has a shitload of plating.
Probe launched.
Like a Krogan polar plunge? Sounds like it. Does Krogan just sound like they're all just in a frat? Damn, what happened? I hurt my back really terribly on the driving range on Saturday. Apparently my hips, sacrum, and spine are all out of alignment. One of Kanin's hemispheres contains an impact crater 700 kilometers in diameter. Dubbed the Renkat Basin, it was mined for light metals in the interbellum between the Rachni War and Krogan rebellions. Any obvious resource concentrations have long since been stripped. Thanks, Manatee. All right, let's go to Tuchanka. We have a mission for Grunt and Morden. Tuchanka. Scarred by bombardment craters, radioactive rubble, choking ash, salt flats, and alkaline seas, Tuchanka can barely support life. Thousands of years ago, life grew in fierce abundance under the F-class star Aralic, a Rake clan word meaning Eye of Wrath. Tree analogs grew in thick jungles, their roots growing out of shallow, silty seas. Life fed upon life in an evolutionary crucible. This world died in nuclear firestorms after the Krogan split the atom. A little ice age of nuclear winter killed off much of the remaining plant life. In recent centuries, many Krogan have returned to their homeworld. The reduced albedo has caused global temperatures to rise. In order to maintain livable temperatures, a vast shroud was assembled at the L1 Lagrange point. It is maintained by the Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission, CDEM, which is based on orbiting battle stations. CDEM advisory. Visitors to Tuchanka land at their own risk. The CDEM will not attempt to extract citizens threatened by clan warfare. Travel advisory. The ecology of Tuchanka is deadly. Nearly every native species engages in some predatory behavior. Even the remaining vegetation is carnivorous. Travel beyond guarded areas is strongly discouraged. Population 2.1 billion. Capital currently Erdnot since 2183. CDEM garrison 2400. Sounds like a cool place. Do you do therapy in the same room you stream in? Yes, I do. Well, I guess let's take Morden and Grunt. Where do I want to go here? Do I want to go... I don't ever use Shockwave. Pull is probably going to be the better route here. Morden... Go Heavy Incinerate and Grunt. Heavy Concussive Shot. We'll take it. Let's give Grunt his shotgun. Wait, no, never mind. He has his shotgun. Claymore, wait, Claymore heavy shotgun. Yeah, back. We are very bold here in taking a Solarian here with Grunt, but...
Stop right there, alien. You're Shepard of the Normandy.
But I think we need to show that we are good Solarian-Krogan relations here. Do you wear the hat and Mass Effect shirt during therapy sessions? I have. I always wear a hat. I think I've maybe worn this shirt during therapy sessions like once, but I always wear a hat. Blood Pack Recruiter.
If you're looking for work, you're shouting down the wrong hole. The Blood Pack only recruits Krogan.
Okay. Not really trying to work for you guys, but just curious what you had to say. What's up, over Captain?
The clan leader wants to speak with you. Keep your running pet on a short leash. Get him the right soon or put him down.
Do you know what's wrong with him? What he needs?
There's nothing wrong with him. Just go speak to the clan leader.
Okay, so they're not really impressed by Grunt's cool suit, huh? But the thing is, though, the Krogan don't know that Morden is the guy who created the genophage. They might, maybe I brought this Krogan with, or this Solarian with me to help things. Maybe. I don't know. Will the Krogan see reason? We'll see.
Someday we'll get off this one and show those Turians who's boss. Damn right. Tear their scales off and let the Pyjaks feast on them while they're still alive. Ah.
Come on, fellas.
Erdnot clan reports use weak encryption. I see references to a captured Solarian in the logs of the Chief Scout.
Good. Talk to Scout then. Or Chief. Either one acceptable.
Also, I have been unable to access local medical records. I suggest asking the local clan leader for assistance with Grunt's problem.
Yeah, we're probably... I think we might do Grunt first. I brought them both here because they both have shit to do here, so...
Were you around when the female camps sent the children over last week?
No. I was off dealing with a Varren attack. What? Any promising warriors?
Yes, of course. They're strong. One day they will tear our enemies apart. Halt. You must wait till the clan leader summons you. He is in talks.
You know what tradition demands. Clan Erdnot must respond. Your reforms will not go unopposed. You risk appearing weak at a critical time.
Shepard.
Good enough? Excuse me.
Out of my... Shepard! My friend. You look well for dead, Shepard. Should have known the void couldn't hold you.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Let's go! It's been a long time, buddy.
Looks like helping me destroy Saren and the Geth has worked out for you. Glad we didn't have to kill each other on Vermeer.
You made the rise of Erdnot possible. Vermeer was a turning point for the Krogan, though not everyone was happy about it. Destroying Saren's genophage cure freed us from his manipulation. I used that to spur the clans to unify under Erdnot.
You abandoned many traditions to get your way. Dangerous.
Big one spoken to, Uvenk. I'll drag your clan to glory whether it likes it or not. Now, Shepard, what brings you here? How's the Normandy?
Blew up!
Destroyed in a collector surprise attack. I ended up spaced.
Well, you look good. Ah, the benefits of a redundant nervous system.
Yeah. Humans don't have that.
Oh, it must have been painful then. But you're standing here, and you've got a strong new ship. Takes me back to the old days. Us against the unknown, killing it with big guns. Good times.
You know, this exchange brings me such joy, and it is such a testament to the character development that BioWare had in these games, because this legitimately feels like running into an old friend that you haven't seen in a long time, and it's like you just fall right back into how awesome it is. Like, absolutely love this like moment. It's so cool, right? Like as we're walking up, I see chat going like, man, I'm gonna go nuts if Rex is here. Like we're all hoping collectively that Rex is here. And like here he is, and he's excited to see us, and we're excited to see him, and we're back at jabbing each other, and it just feels so good.
Sounds like you've got big changes ahead for the Krogan.
We are making a neutral ground where all clans are welcome. Fertile females can be shared among clans. We will strengthen the race as a whole.
You threaten everything that makes us strong. It will not last.
Maybe. Until then, you're lucky to be a part of it.
How do you maintain security with so many different clans in one place?
Any clan willing to send in hostages can come in. No fighting inside the camp. Each clan punishes its own criminals. We stop conflicts before anyone dies. Then we present a simple choice. Pay a fine and deal with your problems, or your clan is no longer welcome.
That doesn't sound very harsh by Krogan standards.
Allies from other clans like what I'm doing. They help deal with skeptics. Many are eager for an outlet. Every time I've declared a clan unwelcome, my allies have destroyed them. Word gets around.
What's so important about maintaining individual clans?
Every clan has different customs, rites of passage, rules of behavior, battle songs, all unique. That diversity makes us great. No clan, not even mine, was meant to survive on its own.
Diversity is great. Look at Rex being a bastion of progressive ideology. Let's get that diversity. None of this homogeny in my world. I want diversity, strength and diversity. Appreciate our differences and come together. I like it. I like Rex. I approve.
I hope that works well for your people. But back to the reason I'm here.
We don't often allow aliens to do business on Tuchanka, but you're an exception.
I'm looking for a Solarian. He was captured by the Blood Pack and brought here.
My scout commander can direct you. He's probably near the perimeter running target practice. Don't take too much of his time. I need a constant watch on the other clans.
What's wrong with Grunt?
I have a Krogan on my crew. He has some kind of sickness and needs treatment.
Where are you from, whelp? Was your clan destroyed before you could learn what is expected of you?
I have no clan. I was tank bred by Warlord Okir. My line distilled from Kredok, Moro, Shiagar.
You recite warlords, but you are the offspring of a syringe.
I am pure Krogan. You should be in awe.
Okir is a very old name. A very hated name.
He is dead.
Of course. You're with Shepard. How could he be alive?
I need Grunt back up to speed. What's wrong with him?
There's nothing wrong with him. He's becoming a full adult.
Ah, puberty ritual. Common among species with hormone-driven reproductive urges.
I don't care what aliens call it. Krogan undergo the rite of passage.
Too far, Rex. Your clan may rule, but this thing is not Krogan.
Idiot. So, Grunt, do you wish to stand?
Idiot. I have never understood, really in any capacity, why people get on other people for the way in which they came to be. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Who gives a shit where he's come from? What we should give a shit about is where he's going. And Grunt is very clearly invested in trying to somehow become part of Krogan. Or Krogan Hood. Like, who cares whether he was bred in a tank or not? If he is trying to figure himself out and wants to go in the direction that we're all collectively trying to go, why on earth would we block him from doing that just because of where he came from? He didn't have a choice in that matter. I just always find that to be ridiculous.
What does the rite of passage require?
Not for me to say, Shepard. The shaman will discuss that.
You'll let a tank-bred Krogan join Clan Erdnot?
Only because he's with you. After all, you and I killed thousands like him. Not quite as big, but many. Clan Erdnot is strong, and the others will do as I say. They see the benefit of my vision.
What happens if he doesn't do this rite of passage?
If he was left here, he would be killed. The clanless are not respected. A tank bred, probably more so. His disposition is what it is, right or no. That's just him being a Krogan. Okeer didn't tell you that in the tank, did he, boy?
This is his choice.
It is in my blood. It is what I am for.
Good boy. Speak with the shaman. He's over on the second level. Give him a good show and he'll set you on the path. You too, Shepard. How many times have you stepped in a mess for your crew, hmm?
Once today already.
I need to go. We'll go over this another time.
Watch yourself, Shepard. Tuchanka isn't safe and homey like Pharaohs and Ilos.
Okay, so as much as I want to ask Rex to come with us, there's no way he's coming with us. He's got a bigger purpose than coming with us. If he's uniting the Krogan, that is going to be huge later on. So I'm not asking him to come with. This place will fall apart without him.
This is the great Krogan homeworld. This is the land of Creddock, Shiagar, and Vio. This chunk of rock is barely worth standing on. Never thought I'd miss the tank.
Well, you also don't have the learned experience and all that shit of nostalgia for this place, man. Of course you don't give a shit. Pit fight gambling station. Not into that. What you eating, bud?
Watch it, human. Eyes straight ahead.
Don't touch anything. Do I look like I have time to talk? I've got work to do. Those fools brought this Tomka back from a skirmish without its combustion manifold. They say it got shot off in the field. You tell me, how can you expect a Tomka to run without a combustion manifold?
Beats me, brother. Where can I find it?
Any idea where I could find a combustion manifold?
Yeah, I can make one. Give me 3 days and a barrel of Ringcall. The one they lost is probably still out in the field. It's too much to expect them to collect it and bring the damn thing back.
I've never seen a Krogan mechanic before.
What? You think we kidnap Quarians and make them do the hard work? Not anymore, we don't.
I'm going out into the field. If I see a combustion manifold, I'll bring it back with me.
If you did, it would save me a lot of work. Maybe bring back my sunny disposition.
Let me get out of your way.
Don't do me any favors.
Don't do me any favor.
Krogans hit by genophage, nuclear assaults, civil wars. Still survive.
Yeah, no thanks to you. Or anyone else.
Impressive to see life adapt, continue despite circumstances. Inspiring.
So do I take out my anger on Pyjax on this little Pyjack here sitting here? I mean, for those who don't know the lore of the stream, we had a real rough night in Mass Effect 1 when we had to go around with some Pyjacks. I'm not going to punch the monkey. He didn't do it. He's not the one accountable for what happened. But let me tell you something. I see a Pyjack, brings back memories. Brings me back to a dark place. Heavy pistol, damn, this shit's expensive. Holy crap.
We can use this.
Also, I forgot to do my upgrades on the ship. Oops.
Who are you?
I am Fortak, Lord High Researcher in matters scientific for Clan Erdnot, and I don't have time to answer your inane questions.
I won't bother you.
I won't take up much of your valuable time.
My work is very important, human.
Of course it is. I'm just curious. I'd heard a lot about the genius of Krogan science.
Oh, finally, someone understands. I swear I am among brainless pyjacks here, toiling among savages. I am the Lord High Researcher.
You must be working on something important.
I was building the biggest, best offensive ordnance yet. A real ground pounder. But the new clan leader wastes my time with frivolous research. Crop genetics, medicinal improvements. We can buy that stuff from the Solarians.
Solarians created genophage, I've heard. Still trust them with medicines and agriculture?
Yeah, what else can the Solarians do to us at this point? It's not like they can make us even more infertile. Actually, wait, forget I said anything.
I take it you're a scientist.
I used to be a scientist. I designed weapons. Now my genius is wasted on frivolous things. Things that don't explode. My predecessor said no one would understand the true worth of my work. As I pulled my blade from his chest, I knew he was telling the truth.
That's metal.
Not exactly what I would call effective academic peer review.
I don't care what you'd call it. We value the will to use what we create, not just the ability to create it. We don't count success until the ground shakes in response.
Nice.
Enjoy your research.
Yes, move along.
I like that guy. I like him. The Krogan are intense, but man, are they authentic. Like they don't pull punches. They are what they are. I have a lot of respect for that. They're very unapologetic about the way that they make sense of the world and show up in it. And I really think there is respect to be had for that. There really is. Now I am very quickly going to run back to the ship because I really desperately need to upgrade. Because we've got like gun damage and shit that is absolutely worth grabbing. So we're gonna do that really quick and grab those upgrades.
Take your business to the clan leader.
Get out of here.
Keep your
Just let me by.
I don't want to talk to you. I want to go back to my ship real quick. They remind me of dwarves from Lord of the Rings. Yep.
No messages for you, Commander.
Yeah, I mean they're great. They're great. All right, hard shields. Shepard's shields take 20% less damage. Yeah, that's huge. Tech damage. Squad bonus 30% tech damage. Yep. Actually, biotic duration. We're gonna go biotic. Well, yeah, biotic duration. Probably better because that's what I have. Weapon upgrades, SMG extra rounds, that's huge. More ammo is great. Ship enhancements don't matter. Prototypes. Death shield strength, plus 25% shield strength. Yes. Okay, much better. All right, now let's go back down. Do you play craps? Not really. I have before, I didn't really enjoy it. Very intimidating to walk up to the table. Alright, and we're back. This very quickly became my favorite mission. Pretty great. I mean, running into wrecks really makes a difference, you know. This will be interesting. Let's do Grunt's write a package. Write a package. Write a package.
References to a captured Solarian in the logs of the Chief Scout.
Good. Talk to Scout then. Or Chief. Either one acceptable.
Also, I have been unable to access local medical...
See that special they had on the extranet? That crap rots your brain. You should be out hunting. Or fixing something if you can't hunt. It was a special vid on the Citadel. Citadel Presidium has a big statue of a Krogan right in the middle.
Well, I'm not putting a damn Asari statue up here, if that's what you want.
Don't be a fool. They were honoring our fight against the Arachni.
Maybe they could have honored us by not bombing us with the genophage.
Good point. Good point, fellas.
Citadel has these huge arms. Millions of people with them.
Why do you care so much? You gonna leave Tachanka? Run off with the damn blood-pack mercs?
No.
Then shut up and quit yammering about what you'll never see.
Damn.
I'll tear you apart.
You don't have the plates to try.
Fellas, do we really need to... Okay, whatever.
A quiet candlelight vigil is planned for hostages who died during the Batarian attack on Terra Nova. Reverend Michael Bowman, whose daughter Kate died in the fighting, is holding a non-denominational prayer service on the anniversary of the attack.
Recovery Mode TV, thank you for the follow. Also, chat, thanks for being here. I know I say this a lot, but I really do appreciate you all. Thanks for spending your Monday night / Tuesday morning hanging out with me. There's lots of places you could hang out. The fact that you choose to do it over here is great. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I love playing Mass Effect for all of you. It's an absolute pleasure. Thanks for all the support, whether you chat, lurk, watch the VODs. Really appreciate it.
Play yourself, pretty lady.
Taco, thanks for the follow.
Don't crowd the ambassador. Don't crowd the...
Turn back, human. I may be an ambassador among my people, but that doesn't mean I have to speak to the likes of you. Don't think that carrying this whelp of a Krogan makes you worth my time. Leave now before my guards decide to eject you.
Yeah, dude, I've taken out a lot worse.
You seem like a well-traveled Krogan, Ambassador.
I am.
Then you must know who I am. And you have to be aware that bad things happen to those who oppose me.
Stand down, men. I'm starting to like this human. I am the ambassador to Urdnok from Clan Nakmor. We're a small clan based in the Kratic Wastes.
So, you want to talk about reading the room? When you are engaging with certain individual people, I mean, in this case, we're engaging with Krogan, but when you get to know people, you start to learn some of the ways that you can get engagement from them. Krogan, in this case, very clearly respond and respect aggression. They respect when you are to the point, when you stand strong, when you are in their face and unapologetic about it. They come at you with intensity, and if you come back at them with intensity, they will respect it and actually end up backing down or inviting you in as a result of that. And I really think there's a lesson to be had there. Like, Shepard reads the room here. You know, if you have friends, some of which respond to tough love, others that respond to softness and empathy, use what you know about how other people respond to become invited into their space and into whatever it is that they are capable of providing. If you go around just kind of like ham-fisting your way through stuff in a way that you would want to be responded to, you are going to find that it's going to be hard to get on board with lots of people or diverse groups of people. If you really pay attention to and listen to what other people and groups of people need from a given circumstance or conversation, you are far more likely to be able to engage in more efficient and effective ways with people because you've read the room and you've listened and you've observed. So Shepard being able to have access to this ambassador because he was willing to stand his ground and talk about the fact that he has done a lot of shit and that they really should be afraid of him, gained the respect of the Krogan, and thus he is now willing to have a conversation with us. There's a lesson to be had there, and I just think this is a cool example of it.
If Nakmor is a small clan, how do you keep the more powerful clans from destroying you?
We are the clan of the great warlord Nakmor Krall, who faced down platoons of Turians and won. Most clans lend us the respect our ancestor is due.
What business does Clan Nakmor have with the Urdnot?
Clan leader Rex requested that I come. He and Clan Nakmor have been in talks about a more permanent alliance. With our help, Urdnot could rally others behind its banner and truly unite Tuchanka, and we would gain the chance to fight in larger battles with greater plunder.
I thought all Krogan want to be warriors. What makes a Krogan become an ambassador?
You don't know as much as you think, human. A Krogan diplomat has to represent the strength of his people, or his clan appears ripe for conquest. I slaughtered my way to the top of my clan, human. I speak with the authority of a warrior.
Cool.
I should go.
I should go.
I'm sure you are needed elsewhere. Watch it, human.
Go away. The envoy to the female clans doesn't have to listen to aliens. I may be young, but I relay the wishes of the females. That's important. I don't care who you are. The female clans don't see anyone, ever.
You go beyond yourself, Gatatog Uvank. The rights of Urdnot are dominant. How do we know it will challenge him? He's unnatural. The beasts of the right could ignore him like a lump of plastic. They know blood no matter the womb. Your barking does not help your case. I'll speak for myself.
We have not, Ellie.
Tank bread. It is very lifelike. Smells correct as well. Your protests ring hollow, Uvank.
So again, we're gonna go Krogan on this. We're not gonna ease our way into this. Fuego, I'm not gonna answer that question. And we have not seen a female Krogan, Ellie. We just never laid eyes on one. So we're going. He dares stand in Grunt's way. Like we're gonna play this up. We're gonna ham this up.
I don't care what this idiot says. Grunt has the right to be here.
There's some fire, and from an alien. Oh, the shame this heaps on those who whine like pups. If this must stand on ritual, then I invoke a denial. My Krant stands against him. He has no one. My patience is tested, but Uvank invokes correctly. Grunt, who is your Krant? Your allies willing to kill and die on your behalf?
How is a candidate tested if he brings backup on his rite of passage?
Not every Krogan can be the strongest warrior, but each must inspire his peers to battle at his side. If the ones who know you best can find nothing worthy in you, you should wander the wastes and die alone before you weaken my clan.
We stand with Grunt, as shipmates and comrades.
Shipmates are not the same thing. But I grant you aliens your simple interpretation. Aliens don't know strength. My followers are true Krogan. Everything about Grunt is a lie.
Bitch!
You dare. I like this human. He understands. I withdraw my denial. This will be decided elsewhere. You have provoked them. Reason enough for me to like you. They're your problem now.
That's how you do it. Let's go. I ain't messing around. I ain't some wimp-ass human. I rode around with a Krogan and destroyed a Reaper because of it. So you can kiss my ass. I'm coming in here guns blazing. Fists tense. Guns loaded. That's how we do it around here, all right? You're gonna expect me to come in here and act like a human? Hell no. I'm Krogan when I'm here.
Do we need any special equipment?
To begin the rite, only the candidate and his Krant are required. You love battle, don't you, Shepard? The last gasp of a dying opponent. Bring your love of the fight to Grunt's trial, and he will succeed.
True Echo, thank you for gifting that sub to Liana Catalina. I appreciate it.
Is that Krogan gonna be a problem?
He is forbidden to interfere, will he? During the rite of passage, you must be ready for anything, Shepard. From what you've shown me, you will not disappoint.
Give me some deets.
We've waited long enough. Tell us how this works.
Still your impatience, Shepard. For now, Know that Grunt will be tested, and that you must adapt.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
We're ready. Let's do this.
Excellent.
All right, so we're taking Grunt. Get your votes in. 3.5 deaths. Because, I mean, obviously we're fighting shit. All right, who do we want to go with here? I actually legitimately think we're going to take Morden. I think he's probably the way to go here. Because he's got that incinerate. The man knows how to neutralize Krogans.
This is Tachanka's most recent scar. The last surface city to fall in the rebellions. The Keystone was at the heart. It has survived wars and the passage of centuries. It endures. Like the Krogan. If you wish to join Clan Erdnot, you must contemplate the Keystone and its trials.
What will happen?
Who knows? You must adapt. You must thrive no matter the situation. Any true Krogan will.
I'm a true Krogan.
Started, Shepard. Hit the Keystone.
All right, we're gonna first. Let's maybe pick up some stuff here. We won't worry about the med kit yet. We got some extra bullets in our SMG, which is nice. Let's get a lay of the land here.
Started, Shepard. Hit the Keystone.
Power cells, refined platinum. Yeah, let's just get the lay of the land. What are we dealing with here? It looks like we got some sort of big ass arena. We got some power cells over there, some med kits. Boy, this really sets up for some scary shit.
Let's get started, Shepard.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, Grunt. I know you want to start, buddy. Okay, so Grunt. First things first, man. If we're gonna do this, if you're gonna be a real battle master guy, all right, you're gonna be a mature, battle-tested, and successful Krogan. The first thing you want to do when you walk into an arena like this, my dude, instead of being impatient, is you want to look at your corners. You want to see what you got. You want to see how you're gonna dominate your opponent. Where are the areas of strength? Where are the areas of weakness? What have we here, right? So we got like an elevated platform here. We got different staircases that have drop downs.
Hit the Keystone.
We got little areas here that we can tuck ourselves behind if we get stuck. We got to run around. You got to know your battlefield before you are going to fight whatever the hell is going to come through that gate. Right? You got to be prepared, brother. So impatience, not going to get it done.
Let's get started.
Calm people live, tense people die. So let's get up. Let's fortify our position here, my man. Which we don't really have much to fortify ourselves with.
Let's get started, Shepard. Hit
So
the Keystone.
I get a sense that maybe being down here is great unless stuff comes out of there. Like, you don't know where it's going to come from. So while we stare at the sun, I'm going to go pee really quick, and then we're going to hit that keystone and we're going to get started. Ooh, baby.
Let's get started, Shepard. Hit the Keystone. Let's get started, Shepard. Hit the Keystone. Let's get started, Shepard. Hit the Keystone.
Yeah, why don't we let Grunt hit the keystone? I don't really understand why I'm the one that's got to do it. Here we go.
Let's get started.
First the Krogan conquered Tuchanka and mastered a natural world only we are fit to hold.
Here they come. I'm ready.
All right, so we got Varen.
Should do the trick.
Okay. Oh boy.
Turn and die. There. These beasts will know I'm worthy.
Okay. Where else are they coming from? Over there. And over there.
One down. Not difficult.
Okay. Gotta stay here on the elevated platform.
They'll all die. Weakling.
Morden. Oh my god. Holy shit, that was close. Oh my god. Thank you, Deward, for the 300 bits.
Put them down.
Okay.
Kill that one.
Oh boy.
These beasts will know I'm worthy.
Hit. Okay. All right. All right. So far, so good. That's a little bit rough. We don't have a lot of cover here, but these guys staying alive is good.
Ready for another round, Shepard. Tag the keystone.
All right, we will. Just chill, man. Let me bypass these turbine parts. Get me some money, all right? Hit.
We need to trigger the keystone to continue the rite.
I know, Grunt. Oh my god. He's such a teenager.
The keystone. We must have to trigger it again for the next part of the rite.
Yeah, but I gotta make some money.
Ready for another round, Shepard. Tag the keystone.
You get that money. Now we got that money.
Then the Krogan were lifted to the stars to destroy the fears of a galaxy. An enemy only we could chase to their lair.
Neat. Let's go, baby.
Come to your death.
What is that?
We've been spotted.
What? Clicks on? What in... Oh boy.
On the ground now!
And they blow up when they die. That's fun.
This burn through any armor.
Something tells me we probably need to go shotgun here. Morden? What do you say, bud?
Headed for combat.
Alright, got my thermal clips. We're doing okay. This could be worse. Knock him over, Grunt.
Down. I am Krogan!
Oh man, Grunt getting ballsy. Alright, we got more over here. Morden, you better stay alive, pal. I need your incinerate.
Yes, enjoy.
Damn, these things are nasty.
Yeah, right on your ass!
Thank God we don't have to worry about ammo. I will say that. It makes this way more enjoyable of an experience. Things breathe fire?
Deploying incineration
Shit.
tank.
Stop firing at me, idiot!
Okay. Got through that wave. Let's get reloaded. So far, so good.
We need to trigger the keystone to continue the rite.
So far, so good.
Now, all Krogan bear the genophage. Our reward, our curse.
Carpal, thank you for the 7 months.
The only goal is survival. Feel that? Everything is shaking. I am...
What are... No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No way. No way. Oh, God. How? Holy shit. Survive. I got 5 minutes to survive. Okay. Oh, my God. Oh boy.
This burned nicely.
And it destroys the cover? Oh my God, no. Holy shit. Oh boy. Okay. All right, this is fine. This is fine. Oh, I'm so hurt. Shepard, get down! No, no. Oh, that's one. That's one. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. All right. Holy shit. I can't believe we have to fight a Thresher Maw. Are you kidding me? I haven't seen one of these since Mass Effect 1.
Feel that? Everything.
That was a waste. Why did I just do that?
You've been spotted.
Alrighty, let's go. That's not particularly useful.
Stop shooting, Shepard!
Alright, where's he gonna come up? Oh, how does that hit?
Any armor.
Alright, where's he going? Which direction you going? Thank you for the sub, Alto. Oh, shit.
So this is a test.
Yeah, it sure is, Grunt. Oh, it still hit me.
Finally, an enemy worth fighting.
How are we doing on time? All right, so we got it about halfway done. Halfway dead with enough time left. So let's grab our thermal clips. This is gonna be a tough spot. All right, run. All right. Shepard, run. Oh. Come on, baby. Let him go under.
Problematic targeting.
Finally, an enemy worth fighting.
Should burn nicely.
On 1 minute, we can do this. Come on. Morden, get the kill shot. Yeah! Let's go!
We have company. Good. I want more.
You live, and you brought down the Thresher Maw. No one has done that in generations. Urdnot Rex was the last.
My Krant gave me strength beyond my genes, which are damn good.
This will cause discussion. I wonder. You say you are pure, no alien meddling in your construction, just the warlord of Kier.
You're stumbling, Uvink. What's your game?
Grunt will command much respect now. His strength may be artificial, but it is a tolerable loophole.
A what?
A reason to accept you. You are a mistake, but your potential could tip the current balance of the clans.
You spit on my father's name, on Shepard's name, but now you stop ranting because I'm strong.
With restrictions. You could not breed, of course, or serve on an alien ship, but you'd be clan in name.
You talk like he's a thing. You're after his power. You don't really want him in your clan.
Of course not. I didn't really want to cooperate with Clan Urdnot either, but I had to. Clan Gatatog is on the verge, either of greatness or of joining the dust. I get traditional support if I fight you, and reformer support if I back you. Your rite of passage tipped that balance too.
Well, I'm in a very interesting point here. I could give it to Grunt and say, what do you want to do? I'm not doing the middle option. I'm not saying what I think Grunt's gonna say, but I kind of wonder if Grunt needs me to basically be like his clan leader here. Like if I'm like, he ain't joining you because he's mine. He's in Clan Shepard. Clan Normandy, bitch. At the same time, Grunt's been doing this as a rite of passage for him to reach adulthood, for him to find his Kroganness. And so, in the spirit of differentiating myself from my little baby Krogan, I'm gonna put it on him. I'm gonna let him live with the consequence. What do you want to do, buddy?
It's your choice, Grunt. Sounds like an easy job.
That's the problem. I'm pure Krogan. Uvink, you were the pretender.
Your head is valuable, whether you're alive or dead.
Just try to take it.
Easy, fellas. Oh, Jesus.
Can't stop the Krogan.
Not great. Not great.
Moving out of line of fire.
Oh, I'll put them down.
Down.
Watch this damn thing.
Right now you're dead.
Not even.
Jakey, thanks for the raid, man. Appreciate it as always. Damn it, Morden, I need you back, bud.
Just the thing to help.
Also, why did my Renegade go up that high? That was unexpected. Oh man, I just blasted that dude in the face with that. That was awesome.
Charging.
Come on, Morden. Headbutting Krogan is a surprisingly great tactic. All right, now let's go take this asshole out.
Should burn nicely.
I'll put them down.
Oh boy, I need Morden. I need Morden. I need him. Oh. Grunt's worthless to me right now.
Get ready.
Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to charge him. Whatever.
Moving is meat. Let's signal at the Keystone to get out of here and leave him to rot.
The rite of passage, earning the honor of clan and name. Many survive, but it has been years since a Thresher Maw fell. Your names shall live in glory. Grunt, you are Urdnot. We now own property. Join the army and apply to serve under a battle master.
Shepard is my battle master. He has no match.
Understood. Congratulations, Urdnot Grunt. Accept this token from Fortak. His weapons are the finest we have.
Urdnot Grunt.
What were you called before you became shaman?
I gave up my name when I became the shaman. I am a conduit for the rage and bloodlust of my people. It would be wrong to retain my old identity. My life belongs to the clan.
I want to know about Tuchanka's past.
Tuchanka is a place of great gifts. It kills the weak, torments the slow, and destroys the stupid. Survival is an honor, and here, Krogan thrive. We cover this planet with our civilization, only to burn it to the ground a dozen times over. Each time, we grow stronger. When we are wise and powerful enough, we will tame the planet forever.
Jeez.
I've never heard anyone say that wiping out their own civilization was a good thing.
I'd have thought you, of all aliens, would understand, Shepard. The Krogan empires and clans of the past were glorious, built in great battles and conquests, but their cores were weak. How else could they have fallen? When Krogan civilization achieves its apex, there will be no stopping it. No stopping us.
Tell me about Krogan rites and ceremonies.
You have seen the rite of passage. Krogans suffer the rite of life at birth, and the rite of honor when they wish to be considered for breeding. The rite of firsts is suffered before a Krogan faces a new enemy. A clan leader also undergoes many rites in service to the clan.
What rites did you go through to become Chief Shaman?
Becoming the shaman is excruciating. I passed through rites that made me wish to die. I carry the scars on my soul. I must perform rites each dawn and dusk to keep me bound into our Krogan nature. Our spirit is one of violence and death. I must be attuned to that.
Your job is awful.
Indeed.
I should go.
May your foes be strong enough to keep you sharp.
This might be useful.
I should go. All right. I don't know if you want to answer this, but what's your favorite game in the series? I honestly don't know. 2 and 3 are very close. Grunt has joined Clan Urdnot and should be emotionally stable. Will monitor Krogan's progress of societal acceptance with Clan Urdnot. Hopefully the clan bonds will not interfere with loyalty to Shepard. Data regarding Krogan clan politics is useful. We all know it's Andromeda, don't lie. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Who am I kidding? All right. Well, that's one part done. Hopefully that's got Grunt feeling a little bit better.
You don't have the plates to try. Where did the tank run in the human killed
I started with 3, so 3 is my favorite. Makes sense.
Hasn't been done.
No conversations about 3. I just want to say, like, beyond saying 3 is your favorite, that's fine, but no conversations about 3. 3 that constitutes spoiler chat. Again, thanks for being here, chat. Let's just go ahead and knock out Mordens while we're here. We're here, we might as well.
Step back. My Varen is hungry.
Is he? Varen's a little
One wrong
bitch.
step, Shepard.
What do you want, human? Rex told me to be polite. He didn't say you were going to talk to me.
Why don't you tell me about yourself? No, we're right to the point. Help me find a Solarian.
I'm looking for a Solarian. The Blood Pack captured him and he was last seen around here.
I heard about that Solarian. Poor bastard. If it's Blood Pack, then Clan Weirlock has him. Sent one of my scouts to check it out, but he never reported back. Guess they got him, too. Chief told me to give you one of the trucks. Just follow the highway to Weirlock's base, if you've got the quads to deal with him in the Blood Pack.
What can you tell me about Clan Weirlock's base?
Last I heard, the clan was holed up in an old hospital. I haven't seen it, though. I've only seen Clan Weirlock from a distance. If I'd gotten closer, I'd have taken a shot. You get inside, though, bring a big gun. Weirlock's base is crawling with Blood Pack.
That doesn't sound too defensible. Why'd they hole up there?
Any hospital on Tachanka has to be built well enough to withstand a bunch of enraged Krogan. When an injury forces us to switch over to secondary organs, things get messy. Higher thought processes don't always transition properly. Blood rage, they call it.
Any idea what they're doing with the Solarian?
I assume they wanted to torture him. You don't take somebody home just to kill them. It's messy. Maybe he pissed off the Blood Pack, and they brought him here for special treatment. No skin off my hump what they'd do with him. One less alien on Tachanka.
You don't seem to have much love lost for aliens.
Don't get your quads in a twist. If I was gonna kill you, you'd know it. Rex believes we need to unite the Krogan people. I don't think we can do that with off-worlders interfering, but it's not my call.
What's Clan Weirlock's reputation, and how are they involved with the Blood Pack?
Tough humps, and they're not friendly like we are. You ever run into the Blood Pack? Mercenary gang. Clan Weirlock started it. One of the only gangs with an off-world presence. They're fanatics, totally devoted to Weirlock Guld. Whatever they did with your Solarian, Guld's behind it.
What makes Guld so special?
He's got 2 children. One of them is a girl. Some people think he's got a destiny. Not me. I had a cousin who won 20 consecutive games of Quasar. Lucky bastard. I'd ask my cousin for a loan, but I wouldn't swear allegiance to him. Luck. That's all it is. Same for Guld.
But the Blood Pack has non-Krogan members, like Vorcha.
Ha! The Vorcha. They're just like the Varen, only they can use guns and don't crap on the floor as often. The Krogan are the only real members of the Blood Pack. Anyone else is just there to soak enemy fire.
Let's get on that truck. All right. All right, so we got Morden. I think we're probably gonna take Garrus. Actually, you know what? Okay, so if we're going into a hospital and we're dealing with Blood Pack, part of me actually thinks Miranda might be the way to go. I actually think Miranda's probably the better choice over Garrus. All right, here we go. All right. Feel free to predict. I'm dropping it to 2.5 because we've been pretty strong tonight. So over under 2.5 deaths. Take your pick. Also, I forgot to change the numbers on the choices, but you know what I mean. Over, under.
Taking cover!
Not a problem.
Another one of these, huh?
Just the thing.
And these things are yicky. Alright. Not bad. All right. We're fighting all the fauna, apparently.
Finding cover.
Now we got this. What is this? Blood Pack Boom Squad. Yo, let's take out the Boom Squad. Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted to do. What's up, Borcha? The Boom Squad. Here we go. Okay. It's quiet. Too quiet.
Finding cover.
Going to cover.
Porcha. Pow. God, warp is just so powerful, man.
Oh. What's the Krogan?
Pistol's not.
Deploying incineration tech. Krogan closing in. Enemies in front.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Nope. Shepard, run. Shepard. 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 Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Charge him. Oh jeez. Oh. Holy shit. Holy shit, chat. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm alive. I cannot believe I'm alive. Oh my god.
That one.
Holy shit. Master of Arms.
Indeed. Understood.
Come on up, friends. This is for you, Pinks. And we're ripping armor off of these guys now. I think it's because the SMG like shield taker downer perks, but bye. Not bad. We'll take it. Take that med kit.
Heading to cover. We'll avoid direct fire. Just burn through
What up, Vorcha, bitch? Good shit.
Good shot.
My shields are down.
Oh shit. Boy, that's two times that we got a little bit too close to the old death. Good night, Ellie. You better start dying. Nah. I'm in this for the pinks. Combustion manifold. How convenient.
Repurposed Krogan Hospital. Sturdy, built to withstand punishment.
The only buildings more durable are their bomb shelters, but most of those were destroyed in civil wars.
Hate to hear that. Dead human body.
That body, human. Need to take a look. Sores, tumors, ligatures showing restraint at wrists and ankles, track marks for repeated injection sites. Test subject. Victim of experimentation.
I don't suppose there's a way to tell who this poor bastard was?
No tattoos or ID. Maybe slave or prisoner, maybe merc or pirate. Irrelevant now. Clearly part of Krogan tests to cure genophage. Humans useful as test subjects. Genetically diverse. Enables exploration of treatment modalities.
Wouldn't something native to Tuchanka work better? Varen, maybe?
Yes. Human experiments strictly high-level concept testing. Native Tuchanka fauna likely used later in development stages. Wise to delay use of Varen until necessary. Powerful bite.
What can you tell about their experiments from looking at the body?
Position of tumors suggests deliberate mutation of adrenal, pineal glands, modifying hormone levels, counterattack on glands hit by genophage. Clever.
Do you think they're close to curing the genophage?
Can't say. Need more data. Conceptually sound, though. Genophage alters hormone levels, could repair damage with hormonal counterattack.
How are humans more genetically diverse?
More variable. Peaks and valleys, mutations, adaptations, far beyond other life. Makes humans useful test subjects. Larger reactions to smaller stimuli.
I know we can look much different from each other, but Asari have a wide range of skin tones.
No, ignore superficial appearance, down to genetic code. Biotic abilities, intelligence levels. Can look at random Asari, Krogan, make reasonable guess. Humans, too variable to judge. Outliers in all species, of course. Geniuses, idiots. But human probability curve offers greater overall variety.
Neat.
Come on, we still need to find Nayland.
Agreed.
We ask green Asari why they're green. It's the human way. All right, through this door.
I am the speaker for Clan Werelock, Offworlders. You have shed our blood. By rights, you should be dead already. But Werelock Gold, the Chief of Chiefs, has ordered that you be given leave to flee and spread the message of our coming.
If
I flee, I might trip over the dozen Krogan I killed to get here. I think I'll take my chances.
You killed our youngest and weakest human. They were not worthy of remaining near our glorious work. Inside, you will find only hardened, blood-packed veterans, tempered by savagery and war, and dedicated to one goal. The Solarian will cure the genophage, and Clan Warlock will spread across the galaxy in a sea of blood.
Appears they discovered Malin's work. Unfortunate.
It doesn't have to happen like this. I can understand wanting to cure the genophage.
No, human, you understand nothing! You have not seen the piles of children that never lived. The Krogan were wronged. We will make it right, and then we will have our revenge!
Half the galaxy sees the Krogan as victims. If you start a war, you'll lose their support.
We have the Blood Pack, and we have the Solarian. When our clan numbers in the millions, we will not need support. When we cure the genophage, Warlock Gold will rule all Krogan. The Krogan rebellions will become—
You talk too much.
See? The human cannot hit a simple target.
That wasn't going anywhere, so,
Do the trick.
that had to happen.
Move in.
Understood.
Oh boy.
Stop the shield!
Oh shit. Jesus Christ. Oh man, well there's one because that was, I just got absolutely spanked. Now we gotta do this again.
But Warlock Gold, the Chief of Chiefs, has ordered that you be given leave. The
Appears they
Solarian,
discovered Malin's work.
the
Half the
Krogan.
galaxy sees the
When we cure the genophage, Warlock Gold will rule all Krogan. The Krogan
You
rebellion.
talk too much.
Enemies inbound.
Going to cover! Deploying incineration tech.
There's a lot of Krogan to fight, man.
9-9. Kurgan charging! Hit!
Alright, now we deal with the Vorcha. There we go. Okay, well, you know, at this point, I basically have to be pretty violent all the way through here. Like, that Krogan, there's no way he was going to listen to me. And, you know, the hard part about this is I do understand, like, why the Krogan are the way that they are. Like, I get it. They want to cure the genophage. They want their children to be able to live. They want to have a viable population, all of that stuff. I mean, it makes complete sense. I don't fault them for that at all. And, you know, trying to talk them into
Labs
diplomacy
likely
is
through
not
there.
easy either.
Can smell antiseptic. Hint of dead flesh.
It's just, it's hard, man. I got to survive. I got a mission to do. Oof. They're pretty, man. Can you imagine being in a hospital that's just completely made out of concrete like this? Ugh.
Active console may contain useful data. One moment. Genetic sequences. Hormone mutagens still steady. Protein chains, live tissue, clone tissue. Very thorough. Standard treatment vectors. avoiding scorched earth immunosuppressants to alter hormone levels. Good. Hate to see that.
What was it like working on the genophage modification project?
Best years of my life. Wake up with ideas, talk over breakfast, experiments all morning. Statistical analysis in afternoon, run new simulations during dinner, set data runs to cook overnight. Laughter, ego, argument, passion, galaxy's biggest problem, massive resources thrown at us. Got anything we wanted.
Do you keep in touch with your old team members?
No. All changed with deployment. Made test drop on isolated Krogan clan, hit rest of Tuchanka when results were positive. End of project. Separate ways. Watching it end, watching birth rates drop. Personal. Private. Not appropriate for team.
You know, we got to read the log of how the infiltration team actually got this dispersed when we were on the Shadow Broker's ship. And, I mean, it was pretty intense. You know, Morden is interesting here because he seems to fully understand the ramifications of the fact that he was part of the genophage modification. At the same time, it seems like really for him, it was the ultimate challenge. He was stimulated by the puzzle. That doesn't necessarily make it right, but his motivation seems to be not so much controlling the Krogan so much as it was, I just love the process of trying to figure this shit out, and I had resources to do it, and the allure of that was really enticing for him.
Most people wouldn't be so casual about developing a sterility plague, Morden.
Not developing, modifying, much more difficult, working within confines of existing genophage, 100 times the complexity. Errors unacceptable, could cause total sterility, malignant tumors, could even reduce effectiveness, worse than doing nothing. Had to keep Krogan population stable, 1 in 1,000, perfect target, optimal growth, like gardening.
Yeah, see, like, he just likes, it's the puzzle of it. It's the challenge. He gets some level of personal edification from solving something in a way that he believes to be a reasonable way to do it, right? Like, who better to do it than Morden, who can make sure that it is 1 in 1,000 instead of completely sterilizing all of the Krogan. So it's like one of those things where it's like, if this was going to be done and the trigger was going to be pulled, Morden's the guy to do it because he could actually make sure that it was done effectively. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of his justifications. I'm not trying to say that the genophage was a good idea. However, everything we know about the genophage is that it was a significant threat to the galaxy. And if the Krogan were not willing to engage in diplomacy, I could see why people wanted to do something about it. And again, it's one of those things where, like, perhaps they could have wiped out the entire species. They chose not to. It's a huge morality issue of, like, whether that was okay or not, right? Like, you're kind of playing God here. But to me, it's just interesting to see Morden talk about it because he seems less interested in the actual, like, genophage itself and more in the puzzle that it was to make it happen.
You're saying you were working just as hard to keep their population from falling?
Yes, could have eradicated Krogan. Not difficult. Increased mutation to degrade genetic structure further. Chose not to. Rachni extinction tragic. Didn't want to repeat. All life precious. Universe demands diversity.
How can you agree with using the genophage, Morden? Look at what happened to Tuchanka as a result.
State of Tuchanka not due to genophage. Nuclear winter caused by Krogan before Salarians made first contact. Krogan choices. Refuse truce during Krogan rebellions. Expand after Rachni wars. Splinter after genophage. Genophage medical, not nuclear. No craters from virus. Damage caused by Krogan, not Salarians, not me.
So if the Krogan banded together and formed a united government, you'd welcome that?
Yes, United Krogan saved Galaxy, destroyed Rachni. Genophage not punishment, simply alters fertility to correct for removal from hostile environment.
We're not gonna find Malin staring at consoles. Come on.
It's just so fascinating because, like, I mean, I'm not a huge history buff, but, like, look at what happened when there was intervention with, like, Nazis and shit. You know, I know that Nazis were trying to exterminate Jews. That's not what I'm trying to say here. But, like, that Nazism was trying to get, like, spread. Like, you have these awful things that get spread, and it's like, it has to stop. We have to stop it somewhere. If Krogans are going around wiping everybody out and taking over the galaxy, we got to do something. I mean, he is logically consistent in what he's doing. Again, I'm not making this analogous to... it's so complex. Like, the idea of making it so that you're population controlling without the consent of the people. I mean, hell, China did it with the one-child policy that they had. this is just sort of like the biological version of it. I'm only going into this in the way that I am because I think it's important for us to understand Morden and to understand where he's coming from in order to engage with him in a meaningful way around this stuff. Because if we choose to get into our own preconceived notions about this, it's not going to give us a chance to listen to him. Doesn't mean that we have to agree with him, but it's important for us to understand him. Hey, Dr. Mick, sorry to send this again. My boyfriend and I are in a long-distance relationship. It's been working well for 2.5 years. Lately, he's been feeling doubtful about his future, and he's suffering some anxiety about the likelihood of a positive future, and that includes a future with me. How could I help him manage these anxieties, feel more positive about his future and the future of the relationship? Mimi, without knowing him, that's a very difficult question for me to answer. I think maybe the best thing to do, again, I would say this in general when a person's wondering how they can help, is to ask how you can help. To offer support, to suggest that you're willing to listen to what he has to say. I mean, tips about managing anxiety is to acknowledge it. Anxiety doesn't actually do anything. It's the choices we make and the narratives we construct when anxiety is present that cause problems. So I think validating the anxiety is super important as opposed to being opposed to it or looking at it as if it's some sort of bad thing. Anxiety doesn't cause anything to happen. It's the response. So validation of the anxiety, a willingness to show support for the emotional experience of that, and sharing very openly about how it affects you and how you are willing to support or asking the best ways you can support. That's the best I can say without knowing the specifics.
Dead Krogan, female. Tumors indicate experimentation. No restraint marks. Volunteer. Sterile Werelock female willing to risk procedures. Hoped for cure. Pointless. Pointless waste of life.
I didn't expect you to be disturbed by the sight of a dead Krogan.
What? Why? Because of genophage work? Irrelevant. No. Causative. Never experimented on live Krogan. Never killed with medicine. Her death not my work. Only reaction to it. Goal was to stabilize population. Never wanted this. Can see it logically, but still unnecessary. Foolish. Waste of life. Hate to see it.
I didn't think you'd had much direct contact with things like this. Did you come to Tuchanka after dropping your plague?
Yearly recon missions. Water, tissue samples. Ensure no mistakes. Superiors offered to carry it on. Refused. Need to see it in person. Need to look. Need to see. Accepted as necessary. See small picture. Remind myself why I run a clinic on Omega. Rest, young mother. Find your gods. Find someplace better.
That's freaking huge. That's the kind of thing that I think so many of us wish that people in positions of power and leadership would do on the daily. I think a lot of us wish that people who make the big, broad decisions for all of the people who live on the day-to-day would take a second to actually come down and visit the communities that they make decisions that are affected by it. And Morden, who dropped a literal sterilization on this home planet of the Krogan, instead of keeping his distance from it to make it more palatable and to make decisions that might have led to more death and despair, Morden took it upon himself to say, you know what? I'm going to do the hard thing. I'm going to remain intimately familiar with the effects of the thing that I've done, and I'm going to ensure that it was done in the way that it needed to be done to the best of my ability. And I'm going to take ownership for the decision I made, and I'm going to keep the emotion of that alive instead of becoming calloused and distant. And really, more leaders could benefit from this type of way of showing yourself and going into the trenches and actually looking at the ramifications of the decisions you make from the ivory tower that you're in. I give Morden a lot of credit for his willingness to do that. I think that's super cool that he does that, and I got mad respect for it. Even if we disagree with the decision he made, at least he's making that effort.
I didn't expect spirituality from you, Morden.
Genophage modification project altered millions of lives, then saw results. Ego, humility, juxtaposition, frailty of life, size of universe. Explored religions after work completed. Different races. No answers. Many questions.
Sounds like you were trying to deal with your guilty conscience. The doctor who killed millions.
Modified genophage project great in scope. Scientifically brilliant. But ethically difficult. Krogan reaction visceral, tragic, not guilty, but responsible. Trained as doctor, genophage affects fertility, doesn't kill. Still, caused this. Hard to see big picture behind pile of corpses.
He knows what he did.
Can you really just rationalize it all away? How do you justify it?
Wheel of life. Popular Solarian concept. Similar to human Hinduism in focus on reincarnation. Appealing to see life as endless. Fix mistakes in next life. Learn, adapt, improve. Refuse to believe life ends here. Too wasteful. Have more to offer. Mistakes to fix. Cannot end here. Could do so much more.
If you need this much soul searching to get over it, maybe the genophage was wrong.
Had to be done. Bracknai wars, Krogan rebellions, all pointed to Krogan aggression. So many simulations. Effects of Krogan population increase, all pointed to war. Extinction. Genophage or genocide. Save galaxy from Krogan. Save Krogan from galaxy.
I kind of understand where he's coming from. Like, I really do. I think this is so morally and ethically complex. Like, unbelievably complex. There is a looming threat that people feel powerless to do something against. The Krogan, from what we understand, the Krogan were unwilling to engage in diplomacy. They were not interested in working together with the galaxy. They were trying to plow their way through it. They were taking the Krogan way, which is to just destroy all that you perceive as being weak in the spirit of strength, and that was the threat. And so, as Morden's saying here, right? Like, powers that be were saying, we either have to completely wipe the Krogan off the galaxy, or we minimize their population growth in such a way that they can continue the species onward. They're going to have to deal with the grief of this, but it's going to contain them to a point where they're hamstrung and unable to take over the galaxy and potentially kill all of us. And as Morden's saying, like, this didn't kill any Krogan. It just makes it harder for them to have children. Something had to be done, and Morden obviously understood the complexity of that, and Morden, having the confidence that he does in who he is and his ability to get the job done, said, I want to be involved in this and make sure it's done right. I don't want this to be genocide. I don't want needless death. I want to make sure that we do this in as good of a way as we can given the circumstances that we have. What a ridiculously difficult decision to make. I think we probably could spend an entire stream trying to debate all the ins and outs of this. And I have to say I agree with him. I get it. I know where you're coming from, man.
When you put it that way, you did the right thing. Not many would have the guts to look at the results and own it.
Not easy. Sometimes wish I wasn't as intelligent. Choice would have fallen on someone else. Not my problem. Fool's wish. Had to be me. Others might have gotten it wrong. Ready to go, Shepard.
Damn, you're beautiful.
Fuentes, thanks for gifting that sub to CNR. So, you know, this idea of playing God, though, in theory, the Krogan were playing God by going through and killing everybody, right? Like, anytime we're gonna, like, if you're gonna be a group of people that goes in and kills people because they have, you know, for whatever your reason is, that is also a form of playing God. Everybody's trying to play God. Everybody's trying to maintain control here. It's just what's the means of control that's going to be more useful. The Solarians managed to figure out a way that it seems like prevented more death, right? So, again, there's no right answer here. This is very, 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 very dicey stuff. I respect at the very least that Morden tried to do it in a way that was not genocidal. Have you read the Mass Effect novels? Yes, I have.
What's this?
They are excellent. The ones written by Drew are excellent. There's one we don't speak of. But I swear the initial genophage explanation said it affected viability and specifically not for fertility. Yeah, they had, the problem is they have babies, but not all the babies survive. Like 1 in 1,000 babies makes it. I had a comment on what you said about people in power earlier. What you said sounds overly idealistic. If you make big, broad decisions, often you can't engage with all of them intimately, and keeping empathy for all the situations would actually make you more prone to bias. Yeah, but is that really a bad thing? Do we really want people making callous decisions for things that affect the subjective day-to-day experience? I would argue no. I would much rather have a leader in a position of power who at the very least makes the effort to listen to their constituents. If you're going to take on that much power and you're going to spread yourself that thin, you would damn well better be ready for the responsibility that you take on. They weren't stopping the species from breeding, they're just slowing it down. Also, killing every other species is also playing God. Like, my argument here is that, like, both are trying to play God. There's no, like, you know, it's interesting that we look at killing, like, if Krogan swoop in on spaceships and start killing everybody on a planet because they're trying to take it over, we're more desensitized to that than Solarians going in and limiting the population growth to 1 in every 1,000 Krogan that's born living. That we hold those in different regard is interesting to me, because the killing is the same thing. It's playing God. It's deciding when somebody's life ends by shooting your gun at them. This is just deciding when a person's life starts. It's two sides of the same coin, and that's what makes this such a rich conversation to have. Sick Krogan.
You killed the Bloodpack guards.
Not Bloodpack, not member of Clan Werlock. Wrong clan markings.
I'm a nerd, not scout. Werlock guards got me. Brought me here.
The chief scout told us to watch for you. We've taken out the guards. Get back to Erdnot.
I can't. The Werlock did things to me. Drugs. Injections. Said I was sacrificing for the good of all Krogan. Experiments to cure the genophage. Everything's blurry. Hard to think. Have to stay.
Morden, can you get him back on his feet? Stims, maybe? Something to bolster his immune system?
You don't understand. I'm not too sick to leave. I have to stay. They're curing the genophage. They're gonna make it all better. They have to keep doing the tests.
Caution, Shepard. Patient unstable, susceptible, brainwashed.
All the ways to control a population, altering fertility is almost more humane than going through or killing everybody. I would agree with that. Every child deserves life, my dude. I'm not saying that's not true. I'm also saying every adult deserves life too, right? Like if you kill an adult, that is no different than killing a child. People get all goofy about children dying because they see them as like innocent and full of potential, but they look at adults who get killed and see it as like not as like somehow not as important, right? Or like not as affecting, even though there's technically adults have more to offer to the world than children do, like in a very objective sense. So killing adults is literally on the same plane in some ways as like sterilizing a population. Like we can't get around that. Like neither one is good. So you either have this option of, do we go to war with these people and fight for our self-defense and kill a whole shitload of adults and we also die? Or do we go through and limit the amount of growth that a population has so that they are contained in a way that not only do we stop killing them because they're not coming at us, they don't kill us. So it's like we're saving a bunch of people by preventing the amount of growth that the Krogan had, because the Krogan were they were like cancer on the galaxy. Like they were growing and exploding in such a huge way that it was causing, basically everybody was afraid. Like everybody was afraid they were going to get destroyed and that the Krogan were going to take over the entire galaxy. So this is a way of saying we're not going to kill the adults here. We're going to limit the amount that are able to be viable and make it to adulthood so that all of us don't have to kill each other. It's a preventative measure in a lot of ways. But again, we all can disagree, right? Like, no, I don't expect that everybody here is going to agree with my point of view. I don't expect that everybody here is going to, agree with Morden. I don't think that everybody's going to agree with the Krogan, right? Like, there's so much gray area here, and making these decisions. I mean, God, to be a person that's in the position to have to make these calls is incredibly difficult.
Why do you want them to keep doing the tests?
This is my fault. I got caught. Wasn't strong enough. Not good enough. This is the best I can do. This is all I can do. I'm not big enough to have a real shot with the females. I'll never have kids of my own. But if I help undo the genophage, then I mattered.
Huh. So here's the thing, like, so when we look at Krogan value strength. They value a sense of purpose that shows that they are not weak. So this guy getting caught says, I want to help undo the genophage. These tests, we know, based on talking to Morden, are not useful in the direction of actually helping cure the genophage. So we have to get through to this guy that, like, this isn't actually what you think it is, man. If you want to be strong, let's get you out of here and figure out a sense of purpose beyond being experimented on in a very unethical and uncool way.
Millions of children will be born. Werelock children. They're going to destroy the other clans.
But... No, they said I was helping Erdnot.
If you want to help Erdnot, you need to get back there. But it would take a real badass to make it back to camp while injured.
I can do it.
You? I said a badass, not some scout whining like a Quarian with a tummy.
I can do it. I'm up. And I'm going to the female camp.
Damn right you are. Get back there and show them what you're worth. Go. Go.
That's how you do it. That's how you get through to the Krogan, man. You appeal to their strength.
Passed off as a hallucination.
All right. Let's keep moving.
Shepard, I'm detecting crates ahead that are holding unstable materials. A misplaced shot could cause a significant explosion.
Or a well-placed shot. Explosive.
Take these Vorcha out. Gotta make sure. Okay, we gotta stop the Krogan. Stop the Krogan.
Ooh.
Okay. Another one coming at us.
Now let's finish you off. Wish I was standing downwind. Kill that one. Sorry now.
What's up, Ciara? Where do I get my 10 million, right? I hear Baron. All right. By the way, chat, I just want to say I admire very much our ability as a community to talk through some of this stuff. You know, these are the kind of, like, conversation stuff. Like, even though this is a video game, this is the kind of stuff that can lead to an absolute devolving of chat. And I just really want to acknowledge that I think it's so cool that we can talk through this stuff in more of a sophisticated way. Even though we're playing a video game. And think of the richness of all the conversations we've had through this Mass Effect run. I just think it's super cool. So I appreciate all of you very much for, you know, whether you're contributing to the conversation, whether you're just kind of listening to it, you know, whatever type of involvement you have in being part of these streams, I think is super cool. So it adds a real richness to this run that I'm grateful for. I think it's neat. All right, let's get down here. Keep fighting our way through here.
You got it. Affirmative.
Will avoid direct fire.
Oh boy. This was a bad idea.
Put them down.
This was a very bad idea.
Shield down.
Get back. All right, there we go. Back to okay. Oh Jesus! Come on, guys. Just gonna wait. Get our health back. Oh shit, I'm getting hurt. Unity. Oh god. All right, guys, get behind cover. Get behind cover.
Moving out of line of fire.
Bearing down.
Can't hide from me.
There we go.
Oh god, is this a warlord? Oh jeez. Miranda.
Close combat. Problematic. Hold the line.
Hold the line. Gotta love it. Miranda's so screwed. There we go. There we go. It really does, Fictionaire. It really does. I just want to say I really enjoy your take on the conversations and things that are happening. I appreciate your take on things and the way you think about them. It takes the game to a whole new level. Well, thanks for saying that, Little Hampton. I'm glad you enjoy it. That's why I do what I do. Try to add a little bit of extra pizzazz to the conversation. You know, the game in its own is fun. I mean, we probably be fun just to watch the game in and of itself, but you know, to add a little bit of the extra to it, I think it does really, you know, I try to give it a little bit of an extra spin so that it's entertaining to watch. So I'm glad you enjoy it. Thank you for the feedback. Locked crate. 3,000 credits. Okie dokie. She did take a beating from that warlord. Yes, she did. She really did. Miranda's hardy. You know. Your continued survival is starting to annoy me. Sorry. Is addiction to porn a thing? Can be.
We can use this.
Okie dokie.
signs of restraint, no evidence of torture. Don't understand.
For such a smart man, Professor, you always had trouble seeing evidence that disagreed with your preconceptions. How long will it take you to admit that I'm here because I wish to be here?
I don't know this to be true.
He wasn't kidnapped. He came here voluntarily to cure the genophage.
Impossible. Whole team agreed. Project necessary.
How was I supposed to disagree with the great Dr. Solus? I was your student. I looked up to you.
Experiments performed here. Live subjects, prisoners, torture and executions. You're doing?
We've already got the blood of millions on our hands, Doctor. If it takes a bit more to put things right, I can deal with that.
Oh boy.
You honestly think the experiments you did here are justified?
We committed cultural genocide. Nothing I do will ever be justified. The experiments are monstrous because I was taught to be a monster.
We got studies that show that argument doesn't hold up, man. I was just following orders. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Gotta take ownership of your decisions, man. Here's the difference. Morden takes ownership of the decisions he made. Malon, not really doing that right now.
Morden, did you ever perform experiments like this?
No. Never taught you this, Malin.
So your hands are clean. What does it matter if the ground is stained with the blood of millions? You taught me that the end justified the means. I will undo what we did, Professor. The only way I know how.
What happens if the genophage is cured and the Krogan expand again? That'll be on your head.
We justified this atrocity by saying the Krogan would cause havoc and war if their population recovered. But look at the galaxy. Batarian attacks in the Traverse, Geth attacks in the Citadel. Is this a more peaceful universe? The assault on your Eden Prime might never have happened if we had let the Krogan recover. We'll never know.
So, to expand a little bit, for those of you that, I don't know if you're familiar with the Milgram experiments. The Milgram experiments were conducted, they would be considered unethical now, but it was basically where a person was asked to administer a electric shock to another human when they failed to answer a question correctly. They were on the other side of a wall. The person would administer what they thought was a shock to the person on the other end, who was an actor. They found that there were people in that study who would go all the way to the point of administering a lethal dose to a person on the other side if the person who was in the position of power kept telling them to continue what they were doing. One of the things that showed is that when people are in a position where there is a person they perceive to have a significant amount of power over them, they will follow that person's decisions even if that decision is particularly problematic. And it came at a time where after World War II, there were people who were on trial, Nazis that were on trial for what they were doing, who said, I was just following orders. And that study showed that there's a little bit of validity to that indeed they were, but that doesn't change the fact that you're still accountable for the decision that you made, because in the Milgram experiment, the people that were in the experiment had the ability to get up and leave at any time. They didn't have to continue to do the experiment, but they continued to do it because they perceived the person in power as telling them to do it. And so it came into this really interesting thing where it showed that all of us are susceptible to that. The difference here is what we've also found, though, is you can't apply that logic when the person in power is no longer around and administering what's going on. So Malon is saying that because Morden taught him these means, that it's Morden's fault that he made this decision. No. If he made the argument that he worked on the genophage because Morden, being in a position of power, told him to continue doing it, he might have a little bit more of a backing for what he's saying. He's still accountable for his decisions, but he's got a little bit more of a backing. But because Malon did this while Morden was not present and then blames Morden for it, it becomes particularly dicey. We can't really apply that logic there. The reason that was unethical is because the people in the chair that were administering the shock, CN, did not know that they were administering a fake shock. They thought they were administering a real shock, and it caused some real trauma for the people that actually were in the study because they didn't realize that they were capable of what they were capable of, and it was very distressing to them. You'd never be able to do that research now. because it caused harm to the subjects, even though what we learned from that study was incredible. A lot of great information has come from unethical studies, but that doesn't make it okay to do the unethical studies. So Malon went way farther here, and he's trying to blame Morden for that.
How would a Krogan population explosion have done anything to stop Saren and the Geth?
An increased Krogan population would have forced the Council to take steps, likely involving colony rights in the Traverse. The Turian fleets would be vigilant for any military activity in the area. They might have stopped the Geth at Eden Prime.
Supposition. Impossible to be
You
certain.
can't know that.
Don't you see? We tried to play God and we failed. We only made things worse, and I'm going to fix it.
You talked about killing, but the genophage isn't lethal. It only affects fertility rates.
Krogan fight over fertile females. They become mercenaries or pirates because they see no alternative. They would be thriving in a cultural renaissance now had we not decided that this is what they deserved.
Inaccurate. Krogan population resulted in war. Simulations were clear.
Why work with Clan Weirlock? And how did you access the genophage data?
The data was easy to obtain. We all still had clearance. We were heroes. All I had to do was ask. As for the Weirlock, they were the only clan with both the resources and the commitment.
Urdnot has a larger camp than Weirlock. Why not use them?
Urdnot Rex is too soft. He wasn't willing to do the experiments I needed. It's Urdnot's loss and Weirlock's gain. Their clan will be the first to recover from the crime we committed.
Malon clearly doesn't need rescuing. What do you want to do?
Have to end this.
You can't face the truth, can you? Can't admit that your brilliant mind led you to commit an atrocity!
Unacceptable experiments. Unacceptable goals. Won't change. No choice. Have to kill you. Apologies, Commander. Misunderstood mission parameters. No kidnapping. My mistake. Thank you.
Don't worry about me, Morden. How are you doing?
Disappointed. Thought Malon better than that. Never suspected he'd go so far. Knew he was young, impressionable. Should have talked to him after. Gotten him through guilt.
It's easy to miss someone else's needs when you're in the middle of your own soul searching.
Went to Omega. Tried to get away. Should have stayed. Right, wrong, irrelevant. Malon dead. Problem solved. Malon's research. Only loose end. Could destroy it. Closure, security.
Pretty lady.
Still valuable, though.
Honestly, I don't know why we would want to destroy it. To me, it's probably worth keeping if for no other reason than to have Morden look at it and make sense of it.
If you think it could be useful, why not hang on to it?
Worked for years to create modified genophage. Should destroy this. Malon's work could cure genophage. Don't know. Effects on Krogan. Effects on Galaxy. Too many variables. Too many variables.
Otre, this is a spoiler-free chat. No backseating, no spoilers, no telling me what to do, any of that stuff. Just hang out. But yeah, no, we're keeping the data because it's interesting. Also, this is not a renegade run. How about we just hold on to it? We're just gonna hold on to the data. We don't need to make a decision on this yet.
Keep the data. Better to have it and not need it.
Point taken, Shepard. Capturing data. Wiping local copy.
Who knows? Maybe Morden can make sense
Still
out of it
years away from
in
cure,
due time.
But closer than starting from scratch. Done. Ready to go. Ready to be off to Chunka. Anywhere else. Maybe somewhere sunny.
Let's get out of here.
Also, I don't know that I agree about... I don't agree necessarily about keeping unethical data being dicey, because here's the thing. The experiments were already done. us keeping the data, like us destroying the data versus keeping the data, doesn't change the fact that the data was already collected. We learned very valuable information from the Milgram experiments. And if we had destroyed that data just because the experiment itself was unethical, it doesn't really do us any good. You're better off having the results of unethical research if it was already done. You can't undo the fact that it was already done. So if you learn something from it, you might as well, at the very least, that unethical research wasn't done in vain. You know, like it's dicey. You might as well learn from it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, this stuff's tough. This mission, the complexity of this mission is wild. There is so much going on here. You know, I would rather know from the Milgram experiments that were run, because again, I can't go back and prevent it from being run. If I could go back and prevent the Milgram experiment from being run, maybe I would do that because of the harm that it caused to the people that were in it. At the same time, we learned an immense amount about human susceptibility to perceived power in that study. And that is valuable information, whether the means to acquire it were unethical or not. So because we can't go back and change the fact that that experiment was done, but we do have the opportunity to learn something about the human experience from it, and therefore say, we're not going to do that again, because a lot of IRB, like institutional review board stuff, has come from unethical experimentation. We've learned the things that experiments would, that experimenters would do that wasn't okay. We need the information from that to learn to create parameters around that. But like, you might as well have the data. To me, the distress that those people went through is in vain without having that data. If we never preserved unethical data, there'd be less incentive to capture data. I don't know that I agree with that. I really don't agree with that, because in light of experiments like that, we created additional parameters around research. If you want to conduct research now, you have to go through an institutional review board that reviews everything you do and is hyper conservative about what they allow you to do. You have to dictate everything possible to any of the people that you have in your study. Allowing the admission of unethical research doesn't promote more unethical research if you put safeguards in place in the future, which is what's been done. Now, is it perfect? No. It teaches people that they can do unethical research and gain notoriety. But yes and no, but we have safeguards now that we didn't have back then. Like we now, if you wanted to do the Milgram's experiment, nobody's getting away with it. Nobody's allowed to do it anymore because we learned that what happened in doing that was bad. You have to learn what's unethical and what's problematic by sometimes accidentally doing unethical stuff. So this kind of stuff was going to happen. You don't get to where we are today spontaneously. So I taught a development course. And one of the core fundamental principles of development is that development rarely happens spontaneously. Development happens over time. You have to have markers where you learn certain things and you react to the things that you learn to. So for us to have the system we have in place with institutional review boards doesn't happen if we don't have, or it takes way longer to happen, if we don't have unethical research and issues that come about. Any rule that you come across is often in reaction to something that might have happened, because we're all just kind of trying to figure it out. So at the time when they conducted that research, at the time with all the context that was going around it, it wasn't really fully understood that that research was particularly unethical in the way that we would conceive it to be unethical now, because we have progressed. That's what progression is. So again, we can't change the past. We can only learn from it. If you destroy valuable data because it was procured unethically, the idea that that encourages people to continue doing unethical research is only sound if we don't create the safeguards that were created in light of that. So it's a both and. There's a gray area there. This is good research, and we need to put systems in place to prevent this kind of research from being done in the future. To me, that's the best possible outcome from something like that, because we cannot change the fact that the data was already grabbed. Troubled by Clan Raylock's progress toward genophage cure without Cerberus knowledge. Cure data may prove useful. Krogan dangerous, but if recruited as shock troops against Reapers, extremely valuable. Morden's assistant is no longer a problem. Morden will have no trouble focusing on the mission. This is what these games do, man. This is what makes this shit exciting. We get to talk about real world shit. And the beauty of this is we can all believe what we want, right? Like, that's my opinion. That's where I stand on this stuff. Does it make me any more right or wrong than anybody in chat? No. Just my opinion on it. That's the logic that I follow. If you disagree, cool. If you agree, that's fine too. And that's an interesting point, Angsar, right? Like, now that we have that data, we don't have to do more experimentation to figure out if that's the case. All right.
Tachanka. Crude, dangerous, and probably radioactive. Let's get in. Do what we
Let's go chat with a couple people here on Tachanka.
Someday we'll get off this rock and show those Quarians who's lost.
Clan Erdnot has increased in strength after the destruction of Clan Werlock. Based on population profiles, Clan Erdnot has adopted surviving members of Clan Werlock, mostly women and children.
Ah, intelligent move. Surprising from Krogan. Glad to see it.
In addition, killing the Thresher Maw has produced several breeding requests for Grunt and one for Shepard.
Alrighty.
You just can't help making trouble. No one has killed a Maw since my turn in the right. Next you'll tell me he's a Quint and crap's dark matter. This will go a long way to silencing his critics. Tell him he is now Erdnot Grunt. He is welcome.
I need to go. We'll go over this another time.
Hunt well, Shepard.
All right, I wanted to just check in with Rex. I think, oh, we need to give this guy his part, and then we can get out of here.
One more win in the pits, and I'm ready.
You kill... If you're gonna stand there, make yourself useful. I can't do anything until I build a replacement manifold for this damn Tonka.
I have one.
I found a combustion manifold out in the field. Is this what you need?
That'll work. Faster than building one from scratch, at least. You just saved me 3 days' work, human. You've earned my time if you want it.
What's that you're working on there?
I'm tuning up these machines for battle. It's a wonder this Tomka here made it back to camp. It could be worse. A couple more hits on the broadside, and this thing would have crumbled.
Krogans place so much importance on martial strength. How did you become a mechanic?
How do you think those fools make it to the field to kill each other? Who do you think keeps the weapons working? Without me, there's no battle, just slaughter. I am the military might of Clan Erdnot.
How do you feel about what Rex is trying to do?
The old man's crazy if you ask me. Which he just did. But that stuff fixes itself. If it doesn't work, Rex gets torn to shreds and we find out who's got the next best plan.
Let me get out of your way.
Don't do me any favors.
I am the Senate. That's right.
Place your bet on the pits, human.
Did I mishear, or did that message say the fight had prompted several breeding requests for Grunt and one for Shepard? Oh, you heard it. You heard it. They'll be disappointed when I'm only half of what they're looking for, if you know what I mean. All right. Let's talk about all right, let's read our messages. Let's talk to Grunt and Morden to see how they're doing. An important request from Mr. Ganak Ejal Esquire. Dear sir or madam, Having consulted with my colleagues at the Citadel, I have the privilege to request for your assistance to transfer a large quantity of Prothean technology uncovered at Ilos. Believing these materials to be a hazardous danger, they were locked in quarantine. Even though the tests revealed that the fears were groundless, the quarantine remains in effect until one can pay for a permit to request reclassification from Cultural Ministry. Knowing of your interest in Prothean technology, I would be happy to deliver most of it into your hands, keeping less than half of it for myself. As a Batarian, I cannot engage in Council official activities, but if you transfer 20,000 credits required to me, this exchange could be made in your name, enabling us both to profits from this happy accident. Please reply urgently with your credit transfer account information. Best regards. All right, well, I guess we'll send our private information from our private terminal. Does Mass Effect require a good PC to run? I've wanted to play this game for some time, but my PC is old. I don't know, Silverfang. You may want to go to like canirunit.com or something like that. It's an old game. I would imagine it probably doesn't need a super beefy rig, but it depends on what you got. To Grunt's Commander from Shaman Erdnot.
Damn it, I hate these things, but you need to hear this. You're part of Grunt's Kront, and you're his leader, so keep him alive. Here, I have to stay polite, play the role, but our people are dying. Krogan have always valued survival over tradition. If we're going to survive as a people, we need your vat-grown Grunt. Okir was a madman, but he was a madman with a plan, and that's more than most of us. Most on this ball of rock. So bring him back from your damn mission. My people need him. And if you all get killed, I'll piss on your graves. Shaman Erdna. Okay. From Admiral Darusan Vasmora, Shepard Vas Normandy. I've been digging through the Alarai. Just wanted you to know that I did find a few things from the experiments Rael Zora was conducting. Had you shared them with me, humanity might have reaped the benefits. Instead, once my own experiments are complete, you and your people will watch from a distance as the Quarian people reclaim not just their homeworld, but the largest synthetic army in the galaxy. Rael Zora's death will not have been in vain. I will complete what he started. Cordially, Admiral Darozen Vasmora. That's not good. I'm not super happy about that.
There is nothing more absolute than the oath of an Asari Justicar. You did well getting Samara on our side. She is so elegant and gorgeous. Too bad her manner is just so cold.
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Our therapist trained to respond to clients discussing romantic feelings with them. Is it important that they do not betray an emotional reaction to the information? We are trained about that. Usually comes up in ethics courses. Your therapist is prepared to hear that stuff, and it's better for a client to share it than to not share it. You just listen. You reassert boundaries, you reassert expectations, you explain that it's often common for people to develop feelings for their therapist, and that often happens on a false pretext. And it's important to educate the client about that, tell them their options if it impedes their ability to do therapy with them, and that's really it. The rest of it kind of comes down to individual nuance, but it happens frequently. We're all prepared for it. We talk about it in grad school. So, good night, King.
Still hard to believe Malin betrayed me, betrayed my work, disgusted by his actions. Proud of his nerve, though. Always thought he lacked backbone. Shame I had to kill him. Might have made a good member of the team, willing to get his hands dirty.
You're really at peace with what happened?
Yes, of course. Can't change what happened. Life continues. Back to mission, back to work. Become like Malin otherwise. Solarian emotional processing faster than other species. Has to be. Short-lived culture can't spend time reminiscing.
So you really don't feel bad at all about what happened on Tuchanka?
Yes, correct. Now at least. Greatly distressed at the time. Stages of grief, loss, anger, rationalization. Dealt with it. Most issues settled on Tuchanka, some on shuttle back to Normandy.
I don't particularly enjoy the way that Shepard engages with Mordin in these dialogue options. It is one of the few instances in which I think BioWare biases the game, like the player. Like, it's pretty clear that BioWare wants you to dislike Mordin for what he chose to do. And it comes out in Shepard's responses to him of basically like leading in a direction where, how could you? There's so many how could you type questions that Shepard asks him. Like, how could you not feel something? Why did you do this? And it always has a spin on it that is in the direction of like, how dare you, Mordin? Unless you're Renegade Shepard. So it really bugs me that that's the case, because I want to learn more about what's going on for Mordin without challenging what it is that he's saying. I would so much rather Shepard take a more curious stance about it. Whether he agrees with what he's doing or not. Again, you don't have to agree or disagree with people in order to be curious about where it is that they're coming from. And I just don't like the bite in Shepard's voice, because it doesn't really portray curiosity. It really more comes from a place of judgment and asking him to justify what it is that he's saying. So be careful with the way that you ask questions of the people around you, because if you lace your questions with judgments, you're really making statements instead of questions, and people will pick up on that pretty quick.
What about Malin's data on the genophage? His attempts at a cure?
What about it? Have it over there somewhere. Not dealing with it now. Need to focus on collectors. Not important now, regardless. Appreciate you helping me back on Tuchanka. Should get back to work. Wasted enough time already. Lots to do. Talk later? Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Later. Updating crew dental records. All Cerberus personnel have cyanide capsules in molars. Primitive. Ocular nerve flashbangs harder to disarm. Anything else?
I'll let you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
Cyanide in molars? Very astute of you to pick up on that. Thanks, Quicksilver. How hard do you have to bite down? Great question. Oh no, wait, we're not in the right spot. I wonder how much of Shepard's interactions with Mordin were based on Kirk and Spock. I don't know. I haven't watched enough Star Trek to know that.
Erd not grunt. I like it. I have a clan. That makes me... It makes me want to fight, not just able to. At Uvink, I wanted to disembowel him, to tear out his spine like a trophy.
We started this because you were losing control. Now you sound more violent than ever.
Rex said I was normal. Just had this built-up stuff because of being grown in the tank. Now that I know it's not an outside thing, and I have a place as a Krogan, I like it. Our enemies are in trouble, Shepard, and we better not run out of targets.
No shortage there.
There's no danger of that. They're practically lining up.
Everyone gets a turn. Ha! Wouldn't want it any other way.
I'm not a huge fan of like trying to just over Paragon my way through these things. There's really no point in me saying it has to stop eventually. Like, for the time being, if Grunt has found his sense of purpose and that's what's important to him and helps him connect with our mission, I can empathize with that. Give him a little bit of like, yeah, they're lining up, buddy. So get ready. It's not a lie. It empathizes more with him. It shows that I get it. I'd much rather go in that direction than be like, you know, it has to stop eventually. The violence can't always be this. You know, you Krogan are always yada, 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 yada. Like, I'm not about to just sit and righteously pontificate at him when he's just, you know, being playful.